The Villa Rose by A.E.W. Mason. Adapted for radio by David Benedictus. With Andrew Sachs as Inspector Hanno and Ian Masters as Ricardo.
Monsieur Hanno.
Yes. Mr. Ricardo, an unexpected pleasure, but not a social call, surely, so early in the morning.
I wish it were.
Myself, I am in Aix for my pains, and take the waters daily. I did not think to find you here.
I did not know myself that I would be calling on the great Detective Hanno.
I'm not here as a detective.
Nor I as a friend.
Let me chance my arm. Last night there was a murder in Aix. It is in connection with that.
Yes.
Since you're clearly not the victim, my old friend, and unlikely to be the murderer, I wonder, what can your connection be?
2 nights ago, I was at the casino.
Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs, le jeu fait.
An English girl, no doubt a victim of ill chance. I followed her into the casino gardens. Mademoiselle. And then back into the Grand Salon. To tell you the truth, Hanno, even a confirmed old bachelor like myself, when confronted by such beauty...
Yes.
But it was Harry Wethermill she wanted. He had a large pile of chips in front of him. She came and stood behind him and put one gloved hand on his shoulder and added her meagre 5 francs to his haul. I heard him say,
"We shall sink or swim together."
Faites vos jeux, mesdames et messieurs.
From that moment on, Harry's excellent luck deserted. 4 times he renewed the bank, and 4 times he lost.
That's enough, Celia. It'll be cooler in the garden.
I have taken your luck away.
You'll have to take yourself away, darling, before you can do that.
The English girl puzzles me. Now, she has French chic, but whence had she acquired it? Harry, of course, like me, is staying at the Majestic.
Harry Wethermill I already know. I met him at one of your amusing London dinners.
I had forgotten. He is something of a scientific genius, makes a living through patenting his inventions.
Indeed.
And now, he tells me, he's engaged to this girl. Lucky chap. Half an hour later, as I was leaving the casino, I saw them in conversation with a stout lady, wearing a good many jewels.
You are ready, Celie?
Yes, madame. Goodbye, Harry.
Shall I see you tomorrow evening?
You will not be here tomorrow, monsieur.
We have plans for tomorrow, Harry, but the night after I shall want you.
I shall thank you for wanting me. Here at the Villa des Fleurs?
Where else?
Harry and I walked together up the hill, talking of inconsequentialities. Then, this morning...
You must help me, Mr. Ricardo, you must.
Not until I have finished shaving.
I cannot wait.
You need money, Harry?
No.
What then has happened?
Something terrible.
You may have already read the story, Monsieur Hanno. It is the front-page news. Madame Camille Dovray, the stout lady I had seen with Celia Harland, had been found in the Villa Rose, brutally strangled. Upstairs, Hélène Vauquier, her maid, was lying in bed, her hands tied. She had been chloroformed. So much I could understand from the paper, but the details you might like to...
The murder was discovered at midnight by Sergeant Perrichet. It is thought from the absence of marks upon the door and windows that the murderer was admitted by someone within the house. Madame's motor car has disappeared, and with it her young English companion. Madame was notorious for the opulence of her jewels, and it seems that the house was searched for them. There's a reward for the apprehension of the Englishwoman. The investigations continue.
Harry begged me to approach you. He said that if you were in charge of the case...
So, you agreed to intercede with me, even though you have doubts as to the girl's innocence? Even though you know me to be en vacances? And where is Mr. Wethermill now?
In the foyer. May I fetch him?
Can I prevent it? What do you wish me to do, monsieur?
I implore you, monsieur, to discover the truth, to find out what has become of Celia.
The affair's in the hands of the police.
But with you here in Aix...
You have perhaps a photograph of the young lady.
It does her scant justice.
And you have known her for...
2 weeks.
You must know that this very morning the investigating judge sent to ask for my assistance, and I refused.
But, Monsieur Hano...
The case is dark, Monsieur Harry. I warn you.
How dark?
On a scale of darkness, it is pitch black. Consider. Someone let the murderers into the house. No lock was picked, no bolt was forced. So, who is there in Madame d'Auvray's household? The list is not a long one. There is the chauffeur, Henri Servettaz, but he was away last night. There is Hélène, the housekeeper. There remains only Mademoiselle Célie.
Then it must have been the housekeeper.
She has served Madame d'Auvray for 7 years, and how many opportunities do you suppose she's had for such a crime? She was found unconscious in bed.
But that doesn't mean that...
Upon awakening, she was violently sick and lapsed into unconsciousness. Now, how much do you know about your fiancée? For example, how did she become companion to Madame d'Auvray?
I do not know.
Madame d'Auvray was a walking provocation to every rogue throughout France, and yet for 7 years Hélène Vauquier protects her. Until your new friend Célie joins the household, whereupon Madame is robbed and murdered.
Suppose that Celia is also one of the victims.
You wish that?
Of course not. Mr. Ricardo, you have met her. Would you believe her capable of... well, of murder?
When I saw her, she was hysterical and unhappy.
She loves me. You saw that too. I'm a scientist, not a romantic. I can face facts when I have to. But when the truth is known, Celia's innocence will shine out.
Monsieur Wethermill, I shall take up the case. But I must warn you that I shall follow it to the end, be the consequences bitter as death. Sergeant Perrichet, it was you who discovered the crime.
Inspector?
Yes, I read about you in this morning's newspaper, and I have the honour to be associated with you in this case.
Monsieur is pleased to laugh at me, but it is not I who called myself intelligent. I should like to be so, for the good Lord knows I do not look it.
Oh, then congratulate yourself. It's a great advantage to be intelligent and not to look it. Tell us about last evening.
It rained. I passed the villa at 9:30 as I made my tour. Now, that gate was closed. There was a light in the window beneath the gable. Some 90 minutes later, when I returned to the villa, I noticed that, although all was now in darkness, the gate was open.
Ah.
I closed it and continued on my beat. An hour later, I returned to discover the gate once more ajar, and a light again ablaze in that second-floor room.
Oh, yes.
My suspicions aroused, I walked around the villa and found that the shutters of one of the ground-floor windows, that one, gentlemen, had been swung back and the window was open. I was convinced that something terrible had happened.
Quite so.
I stepped carefully through the window. By the light of my lantern, I saw a woman, Madame d'Auvray, huddled on the floor. Her face was swollen and black, and a piece of cord knotted about her neck had sunk so deeply into the flesh that at first I did not see it. Upstairs, I found Hélène Vauquier in bed, snoring in an alarming fashion.
Ah, Bernard, how are you, Monsieur le Commissaire?
Oh, gentlemen, this is a sad business.
Due stalled.
But now that Hano has agreed to take on the case...
Has he indeed?
Harry persuaded him.
Well, of course, Inspector, I had hoped that you would interest yourself. Things have been left just as Perrichet found them.
You've spoken to the chauffeur?
Yes, Mademoiselle Célie suggested to him that he take Tuesday night off to visit his family. He left the garage locked and the keys in the kitchen. 3 cans of petrol were missing.
It seems as if the murderer, or murderers, were let into the house, committed the murder, let themselves out through the windows, which give onto the lawn, used the keys to the garage, and drove off in the car filled with petrol from the cans.
And those windows were the only ones open.
Oh. Then let us approach them with care. Aha. As you may see, my intelligent friend Sergeant Perrichet has taken pains not to disturb the ground. One clear set of prints pointing to the driveway. A small arched, high-heeled shoe. The imprint of the sole more marked than that of the heel. Are there shoes in the house which fit these marks?
Well, only those taken from Mademoiselle Célie's bedroom.
Monsieur Wethermill, I warned you fairly, did I not?
I am not afraid.
Then read the story of these footprints. A young and active girl, wearing a pair of Mademoiselle Celie's shoes, springs from the room in which a murder has been committed. At the second step, you see, here, the hem of her gown catches, perhaps beneath the point of the shoe. To save herself from falling, she brings the other foot down sharply, stamping the heel into the ground. She recovers, climbs into the car, which drives off before midnight.
So precise.
Oh, certainly, certainly. The gate is open at 11, and Perrichet closes it. It's open again at 12.
Then, when I first closed the gate and came up to the house, the murderers were in that room, holding their breath not 3 meters away. Mon Dieu.
It is probable. Let us examine the room.
What is the matter, Hanno? You are transfixed.
Your men may be thorough by now, but if they'd looked carefully behind the settee, they would have found these.
Scraps of paper, merely.
All the knowledge in the world was once scraps of paper. And you see, as I reassemble these, we find a message. Mr. Wethermill, do you have about your person a letter written by Mademoiselle Celie?
Here.
What is the message?
Je ne sais pas.
Oh, in that case...
No, that is the message. The writing is from the same hand, would you say?
Well, there are strong resemblances.
I agree, but in the note there seems to have been an attempt at disguise.
Or strong emotion. Yet should not the emotion rather have been in a letter to her fiancé? Who knows if you do not, Mr. Wethermill? This cushion on the settee. If I take it to the sunlight, I think perhaps
A stain.
a small brown stain. And some interesting creases.
That's nothing.
The companion cushion is also creased. And here, gentlemen, a little slit. But why? Let us venture upstairs to the room of Mademoiselle Celie. Now, Mr. Wethermill, what do you suppose belongs in this little jewel case?
Diamond eardrops. I gave them to her.
Monsieur le Commissaire, has anyone been permitted entry into this room?
No one except Hélène Vauquier.
But that's outrageous.
So the housekeeper is recovered?
She is weak, but I thought we should have a description of what Celie Harland was wearing when she left the house.
Was she left alone in the room?
Well, not for a moment. Really, monsieur. We also know that last evening Mademoiselle Celie bought some cord identical with that which was found around Madame Dauvray's neck.
Oh.
We have it from the shopkeeper.
Yes, that could be important. I think we must speak urgently to Hélène Vauquier.
I was told that I could go to bed as soon as I had dressed Mademoiselle for the séance.
So, Mademoiselle Celie practiced séances. Tell us more of her.
I hated her.
Go on, Mademoiselle.
One night last June we were in Paris, and Madame had gone to dine at the Abbaye Montmartre. She returned with this English girl who had been telling fortunes and dancing amidst the tables. It fell to me to bathe her and put her to bed. Her clothes, monsieur. Madame had taken pity on her, and now lies murdered as a reward for her charity.
Oh, calm yourself, mademoiselle.
She must be dressed by the finest modistes with the softest linen, pretty ribbons for her hair. Within the week, I am nothing at all. So do not ask me to speak impartially of her.
Your feelings do you no discredit. But these séances...
Oh, any rogue with a pack of cards and a lack of scruples could make a fortune out of Madame. One day, Mademoiselle suggested that together we could provide a service far more impressive than the local mountebanks. And I consented, and could never afterwards refuse. For had Madame known that I was also tricking her, I should have lost my place.
How exactly did you operate these séances? What did Mademoiselle Celie do?
She would make the spirits appear and speak.
And she was never caught out?
Never. But she was practised. She told me that for many years, even as a child, she'd travelled through England giving exhibitions with her father.
Oh. Did you know that, Mr. Wethermill?
No. And I do not now.
The story is true. One night in Leamington, I attended one of these exhibitions. I had been puzzling as to where I had seen the girl before. One would not quickly forget that evening, nor that girl.
I would place Celie in a cabinet with a string tied across the door. The lights would be turned down, and in a moment she would be moving around the room in a pair of soft-soled slippers. She might drape a lace scarf about her head and become an old, old woman, or a soldier, or a child. Tambourines would rattle and fingers touch the forehead and the neck, and there would be strange voices and apparitions, great ladies of the past. And when at last the lights were turned up, Celie would be discovered, once more in her cabinet, exhausted.
These visitations spoke to Madame?
Through Mademoiselle's voice.
Did they write her messages, too?
Sometimes. Answers to questions. Mademoiselle would have them ready prepared.
And how were they delivered? Not by mail.
They would flutter onto the table.
I speculate that on such occasions a message might flutter down with the words, "Je ne sais pas."
Oh, indeed not, monsieur. It would never do for a spirit to confess ignorance.
And last night there was a séance in the salon.
Madame and Mademoiselle had dinner in the casino, but they told me they would be back early. At about 9:30, I was summoned to the salon, where I found Madame Dauvray, Mademoiselle Celie, and another woman.
Had you seen her before?
No, monsieur.
What was she like?
Sallow complexion, monsieur, with black hair and eyes like beads. Maybe 45 years old. Madame gave me instructions.
You will help Celie to dress, Helene, and be very quick. You will believe Adele after tonight.
So Adele was the name of this strange woman. It was not a false name, mademoiselle?
I think it was Adele.
Go on.
She sat defiantly on the edge of the chair.
I shall keep my wits about me.
While I was laying out Mademoiselle's black dress and her noiseless slippers, she said to me,
"When I have gone down to the salon, you can go to bed, Helene. Adele will be fetched by a friend in a motor car, and I can let her out and fasten the door again."
She said that?
Oh, do not condemn her too quickly, monsieur. And not upon my words alone, for, as I say, I hated her.
Indeed.
I asked Mademoiselle what she would do without me as her confederate.
There will be no difficulty.
And this is why I think that there was no séance last night. For when she had bathed, she would have none of her plain black robe.
My Reseda green chiffon, Helene, my silk stockings, and the satin slippers with the large buckles.
That is not how one dresses for a séance, but how one dresses to meet one's lover.
Oh, there, my dear.
I have here a list of all that Mademoiselle was wearing. I dressed her in all these garments myself, excepting only her white lace coat, which I laid out on her bed.
You are helpful, mademoiselle.
It is possible, monsieur, that while Mademoiselle was dressing, Madame Dauvray and the woman Adele went into the dining room for some lemonade. Once dressed, Mademoiselle runs downstairs, through the empty salon, opens the glass doors, and is gone to meet her lover. And then the thief, an accomplice of Adele's, enters through the open glass doors and hides, awaiting Madame's return from the dining room. In which case, Mademoiselle is innocent.
That doesn't account for the lace coat in which she left the house. She must have returned to her room for that after you retired to bed.
I had forgotten the coat.
Suppose the girl is going to meet her lover, but the lover is the murderer. She opens the door for him.
It is not possible.
Indeed, Harry, it is.
A young girl, tingling with excitement, at the bottom of the stairs, she turns to me and says,
"Helene, you can go to bed."
For her, the happiness, the lover. For me,
"Helene, you can go to bed."
So, after she had descended the stairs...
I put the lights out in her room, and as she had ordered me to do, went to bed. The next thing I remember...
Oh, you're safe now, mademoiselle. One thing more. This description of Mademoiselle Celie's apparel is complete, is it not?
I believe so, monsieur.
Well, I ask because Mademoiselle was in the habit of wearing a pair of diamond eardrops, and they are not on this list.
That is quite true, monsieur. I had forgotten the eardrops.
As anybody might. But did she wear them last night? Think. It's not from me that you will get the answer, mademoiselle.
I think she wore them. Yes. Yes, I remember it well. She took them off before her bath, and they lay on the dressing table. She replaced them in her ears while I dressed her hair.
Then we must add them to your description. As for your mistress, did she keep money in the house?
Very little. Her cheques were accepted everywhere.
Where did she keep her jewellery?
In a safe in her bedroom, monsieur.
What did she do with the keys?
That I cannot tell you, for I do not know.
Did Mademoiselle Célie know of the safe?
Oh, yes. She must often have seen Madame take the jewels out and replace them.
Mademoiselle, thank you. Your ordeal is over.
May I leave this villa, monsieur?
Oh, certainly. You're free to go.
Oh, monsieur. I thank you. Thank you.
Yes, but you're not to leave Aix. You have friends to stay with? Yeah, good. Durette has a car to take you wherever you wish to go.
Thank you.
Hano, is that wise?
If she's implicated, we shall learn more if we leave her free than if we keep her under lock and key. Yes. It's time to take a look in the murdered woman's room.
Poor lady. We thought it proper to bring her here.
Strangulation is a brutal business.
And the safe in which she hid her jewels each night, it had been left ajar.
Oh, had it so?
And here, the inventory of Madame d'Auvray jewellery. Well, see for yourself, Hano.
Yes, if she did indeed keep her jewels in this safe, why has the room been turned upside down? Ricardo, your penknife.
Yeah. Here.
What are you hoping...
Shush. The fine blade. Precisely. Now, let me just... There. A diamond necklace. A tiara with emeralds. 2 rings of pigeon blood rubies. A gold bracelet studded with opals. And more. You may check the items against the inventory.
But that is astounding. She was never robbed at all.
The murderers escaped merely with what she wore. Can't you see the scene? The old woman locking up her jewels in this safe every night, while her maid or companion looks on, and then as soon as she's alone, removing them stealthily to this secret place. Then picture to yourself last night, the murderers opening the safe and finding just the inventory, ransacking the room, well, nothing. They must leave, and with only 1 pearl necklace, when they had counted on a great fortune. Gentlemen, there is something in this house which even I do not understand and which makes me fearful.
Hélène Vauquier's cab.
Let us see her on her way, and then we must again to the room of Mademoiselle Célie.
Monsieur, something has been taken from the room of Mademoiselle.
No.
Yes, monsieur. Upon this dressing table there was a small pot of cold cream. Now it's gone.
My friend Perrichet, they do you less than justice. Lunch, gentlemen. Garçon, take this letter to the gentleman standing at the door and then bring us the carte.
Monsieur.
Gentlemen, I do apologize for my unsociable behaviour, but now, while we enjoy this excellent claret, I want you, Mr. Ricardo, to tell me whether you agree with Mr. Wethermill that Hélène Vauquier is the guilty party.
Well, now, these I believe to be the salient features of the mystery. Celia Harland made her entrance into Madame d'Auvray's household by very doubtful means. Once there, she established an ascendancy over her mistress's mind. She arranged for the chauffeur to be absent on the night of the murder, brought the cord which strangled her mistress and bound the housekeeper. The footmarks suggest that she ran through the open windows from the salon to a waiting motor. Although she had pretended that there would be a séance on Tuesday night, she dressed for an appointment with a gentleman friend. She has since disappeared. All of which strongly suggests that Celia was, at least, complicit in the murder.
She can't have been. We were to be married. Why do we sit still and do nothing?
We do not. The excellent Perrichet has been making inquiries, and here he comes. Well,
I went to the shop at which Mademoiselle Celie bought the cord. She was quite alone.
Perrichet, would you ask the head waiter to approach us?
Inspector.
We know a little about the mysterious woman Adele. We have at least Vauquier's description. We should advertise it.
Why did such a fine idea not occur to me? Oh, fool that I am.
Monsieur?
You knew Madame Dauvray?
Oh, that poor woman.
Did the ladies dine here last night?
No, monsieur.
Have you noticed another woman dining with them recently? A woman, for instance, with red hair?
No, monsieur.
Thank you, Victor. And we shall have the lobster thermidor.
Monsieur.
A woman with red hair? But Vauquier said she was sallow with dark hair.
I found this red hair on the satinwood table in the salon. Mademoiselle Celie's hair is fair, Vauquier's is black, and Madame's was dyed brown. I believe it is from the head of the unknown woman, and I will tell you more. She is in Geneva.
But that is remarkable. How did you find that out?
I am the captain of the ship. The captain does not show his officers his logbook. Perrichet returns with more news. Well,
Madame Dauvray's motor car has been found in the coach house of an empty villa.
Then the lobster must wait.
I shall never forgive myself,
why, Perrichet?
because I saw this car at 4 this morning, not 50 metres from the Villa Rose.
You must be mistaken.
Servitors.
Monsieur?
I was on duty outside the gates of the villa. The car slackened speed as if to turn into the road in which I stood, but instead accelerated and roared off.
Any passengers?
No. The driver's face was in darkness.
The murderer was within our grasp.
It is better that I go back to my uniform and stand at street corners.
Oh, nonsense, my friend. You recognized the car, and that is something. Now, Servitors, can you tell from the petrol that was taken from the garage and the amount remaining in the tank how far the car was driven last night?
Between 130 and 150 kilometres.
Good, good. Now, let us examine closely. Yes.
Monsieur Ricardo?
Right.
What is this? A green fabric.
Green chiffon. Like Mademoiselle's frock.
Huh?
And here is some damp soil, much like we saw outside the windows of the Villa Rose. But we know something now which we did not know before, do we not, Mr. Ricardo?
We know that the murderer has escaped.
It is thoughtful of you to remind me, but we shall catch him. Or her. Or them. Now, let us return to Wethermill's rooms. Here we cannot be overheard.
Oh, that's right.
And I will tell you what we've learnt. Last night, the man, the woman with the red hair, and Mademoiselle Celie drove off in the murdered woman's car.
We cannot be certain.
You have a road map, Mr. Wethermill?
Yes. Mine is, here.
Measure the distance from Aix to Geneva and back. A rough figure will be adequate.
I'd say, 140 kilometres.
Exactly. The man who drove the car to Geneva brought it back because he intended to leave it in the garage of the Villa Rose.
Good heavens.
And when he returns, he sees at the corner of the road the estimable Perrichet. He guesses that the murder has been discovered. So he drives straight on. On the outskirts of town, he finds an empty villa. He abandons it there.
I cannot understand your calmness.
You are the amateur, I the professional.
I may be the amateur, but I have knowledge which the professional would do well to acquire.
Oh, then let me have it.
I have driven from Geneva to Aix. At the border, you are stopped. Your car is searched. They would tell you whether or no Madame Dauvray's car passed along the route last night, once or twice, or not at all.
That is important.
It is not. Travelling the other way from France into Switzerland is a very different affair. In Switzerland, hardly a glance, hardly a word.
But the car came back.
And the man was alone in it. I have more important matters to attend to. Harry, get some sleep. We shall need all our strength tomorrow. I have here, Mr. Ricardo, a copy of the Geneva newspaper which was cried in the streets of Geneva last night.
What?
You will see that it contains an advertisement with a full description of Celie Harland. There's a reward of 4,000 francs to anyone who knows her whereabouts. Applications to be made to...
Mr. Ricardo, Hotel Majestic, Aix-les-Bains.
Precisely.
You have done this? Why?
Well, I did it because I have a sense of humour, and you have 4,000 francs.
I hate publicity.
If I were to give my name, the very people we are seeking to catch will know that I, the incomparable Arnaud, am searching for Mademoiselle Celie.
Also, your description is incomplete. I see here no reference to the diamond eardrops.
Oh, you noticed? I must look to my laurels. However, Mademoiselle was not wearing the eardrops when she left the Villa Rose.
When did you write this?
Yesterday, when we were at lunch. Commissioner Besnard telegraphed it to the Geneva newspaper offices.
But you never said a word about it to us.
Well, you'd have forbidden me to use your name.
When do you expect a response?
Who knows? Oh, this is excellent coffee. Far better than they serve in my hotel.
How can you sit there so calmly while time passes and nothing is achieved?
Oh, the time would pass in any case. And something has been achieved. Oh, for is not this your valet at the door? Entree!
A telegram, sir.
Oh, right, thank you. Yes.
Calmly, my friend. You may go.
Sir.
Well, expect me soon after 3. Marthe Gobin.
Excellent.
Should I send for Wethermill?
As you please. But why raise hopes which an hour or two may dash to the ground?
Well, good news will be none the worse for waiting a while, and bad news will be a little the better.
Now, the Continental Bradshaw. From Geneva. Yes, there's a train which reaches Aix at 7 minutes past 3. You have a motor car?
Yes.
Good. Pick me up in it at 3, and we shall drive to the station. That will be she. The omnibus, maybe? No, she takes a cab. With 4,000 francs almost in her grasp, she can afford the little luxuries. She compares the horses. She looks honest and chooses the freshest. A good bourgeoise. Now, if you drive us back to the hotel, we shall be ready for her the minute she arrives. We're nearing the end. Poor Monsieur Wethermill. I left him drinking coffee on the veranda. These 2 days have been a time of great tribulation for him. She comes?
The carriage is entering the driveway.
We will put the 4,000 francs upon the table. They will persuade her to tell us all she knows. But we must not frighten her.
The carriage is at the door.
Aha. No.
What is it?
Do you not see? They're lifting her out. She doesn't move. They're lifting her out. Quickly. Come.
Arnaud, Ricardo, a most terrible thing.
Let me pass, please. Inspector Arnaud, Paris Sûreté. Doctor, is she dead?
Yes.
The wound? A bullet, perhaps?
No. Here's a point of entry. It straightens her heart.
But not a knife?
Here's the weapon, Inspector.
Kitchen skewer, with wooden handle spliced onto one end.
Did she suffer?
No, death would have been instantaneous.
You spoke to the cab driver?
Oh, he saw nothing untoward. He was only concerned that he'd received no fare. Oh, that poor woman. She should have come on the omnibus.
Who would have thought?
I should have thought. It's extraordinary daring. A kitchen skewer. And what news did she have for us? We shall never know. Time will be lost, but we have no time. Mr. Ricardo, what are these?
This morning's letters. What of them?
Well, this one has a Swiss stamp. Open it. Read.
I write what I saw and post it tonight, so that no one may be before me with the news. I will come to Aix tomorrow for the money. It has several pages.
And signed?
Marthe Gobin.
She speaks. We may not bring her back to life, but nonetheless. Give me the letter, Ricardo.
It is addressed to me.
Oh.
My husband has had to retire from his work in the Geneva Bank.
This is of no interest. Go on.
About a month ago, the house directly opposite to ours was taken furnished for the summer by a Madame Rossignol. She is a tall woman with red hair.
Ah!
I do not care for Adele Rossignol.
Adele? So, Hélène Vauquier told the truth.
In that respect, she did.
But she said Adele's hair was black.
In that respect, she didn't. Continue.
There is an old woman and a servant, Hippolyte, who drives the carriage. He seems a respectable fellow. That is the household of Madame Rossignol.
The red-haired woman called Adele, the driver. Excellent.
At 3 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon, Madame was driven away in her carriage. She did not return until the middle of the night. The carriage stopped at Madame Rossignol's house, which was quite dark, and the door was opened by the servant. A young lady in a white coat stepped from the carriage onto the pavement. The train of her green dress caught in the door, and she had to free it with her hand. When she ran across the pavement into the house, I thought she seemed anxious not to be observed.
There's more about Monsieur Gobin. Then the signature.
How very perplexing is this voice from beyond the grave. There must have been another telegram sent from Adele Rossignol to somebody in Aix saying that Marthe Gobin, that busybody, had seen your advertisement and was on her way hither. Who was that somebody? They must be apprehended. For that poor woman's death I cannot live. I must go at once to Commissioner Bernard and tell him why Marthe came to Aix. Her murder will be in the evening papers, and those good people at the villa in Geneva will read of it with amusement. They may not, of course, know that you also wrote a letter. We shall be in time, I think.
For Bernard?
No, for Geneva. I've telephoned ahead to police headquarters. They have the house by the lake under surveillance, but we should be safe until nightfall.
Have you brought handcuffs?
No, but I have a revolver.
There will be danger then. I should have brought mine.
There would certainly have been danger if you had.
We approached the border.
They're waving us through. We shall be punctual for our alfresco dinner at the Restaurant du Nord.
Welcome, my dear old friend.
Ah, Monsieur le Maire. Allow me to introduce my colleague on this case, Mr. Ricardo.
How do you do?
Yes, he's a brave Englishman and goes unarmed. What news from across the lake?
Well, none. No one has left nor entered the house.
And if, while we're eating...
Well, you see Girette loitering there under the trees. He'll strike a match to light his pipe.
La carte, monsieur? L'apéritif?
Oh, yes, the Trois Anis.
Merci bien, monsieur.
So Madame d'Auvray's jewels were, after all, never stolen.
You know that? How do you know it?
Well, it's in this evening's paper. The jewels were found under the floorboards of her bedroom. Does it matter? I know.
It matters. When was that paper published?
Well, the newsboys have been crying it in the streets for more than half an hour.
It was not I who told them.
By heaven, that's clever. Ahead of me at every turn.
Well, there. Girette's signal.
Ricardo, pay the bill.
Cut the engine.
The front of the house is guarded.
As instructed.
Ricardo, head for that tree.
Right.
Not a sound as we approach the house. Ah, it gives. Follow me. Look there. Where? On the table. A vial of liquid. A needle. Morphia. Horrible. Upstairs, quickly.
Now, this will burn you until they no longer recognize me.
Please let me...
Oh, no. Woman, you leave that flask alone.
Yes.
The mail, take her. Take her.
No.
Ricardo, lead the girl.
Bear up, Celia, while I cut you free.
Somebody help me.
Oh, yes, I have a...
Oh, now I understand. That is horrible.
Why are we returning to Aix?
They've arrested Hippolyte, the car driver, and the red-headed Adele in the garden of the villa. I have business in Aix which cannot wait.
Then Celia is not, after all, part of the gang?
Oh, you're amongst good friends, mademoiselle.
Am I?
Oh, be sure of it.
put me in a cupboard.
Yes, do not distress yourself. There's time enough.
They meant to drown me. I did not think to see the stars again.
Have you had food or drink?
No.
Oh, well, Mr. Ricardo carries a flask, I believe.
Oh, yes, here.
No!
So, what is the matter?
It's brandy, that's all. See, I take a sip myself.
No, don't. Oh. I thought... It seems impossible to me that I am free.
I've arranged rooms for you in Aix, and there'll be a nurse from the hospital.
If I knew you better, I should tell you that I feel as if I had a big Newfoundland dog next to me in this car.
Oh.
Hanno?
Yes?
Why were you so alarmed when you learned that the news of the discovery of the jewels had been broadcast?
Well, except that I believed the girl to be innocent, merely a witness to the crimes, and in the hands of the criminals.
Very well.
Then there was one chance that she would be kept alive, that they might force her to tell them what she didn't know, namely the place where Madame Dauvray secreted her jewels. I had not thought of a newspaper being cried in the streets. At once, Mademoiselle Célie is a liability to them. I knew we had to hurry.
Why did she not cry out, then or sooner?
Because she could not. Because of the flask of acid. No man or woman could. But here we are, back at the Hotel Majestic.
Ah, how happy Harry will be.
Monsieur, bienvenue.
Is Mr. Weathermillion?
He was arrested this evening, monsieur.
Harry? Arrested? But why?
For the murders of Marthe Gobin and Madame Dauvray. Good night. Are you recovered from the exertions of yesterday?
I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about Harry. He was my friend. Yet ever since I met him in Aix, he must have been plotting what he was about to do. And Marthe Gobin, how did he manage that?
Hippolyte sent him a coded telegram. It was risky, but they weren't to know that I already suspected Harry Wethermill. Yeah? The telegram was given to him on this veranda at 3 p.m., but a copy had already gone to the prefecture. Harry has 7 minutes. He sees us leave for the station and return alone. He is lucky. Marthe is not. She's taken a cab. It approaches. He runs to the end of the drive, which can't be seen from the hotel. The driver is nodding on his box, the horse moving at a walk. He puts his head into the cab window, or maybe he climbs in beside her. He has his improvised weapon.
Have you come to see Monsieur Ricardo?
Yes.
To receive your reward?
Indeed so, monsieur.
Then here it is.
And then he breaks to us the dreadful news of the murder he has himself committed.
When did you first suspect Harry?
It is not the man of intellect, the brilliant scientist, but Hélène Vauquier who is at the bottom of this extraordinary business.
But she has been let go free.
She is not. After our interrogation, she was driven straight from the Villa Rose to the police depot. She's been held there ever since.
Already you knew of her guilt?
She lied to me in her description of Adèle Rossignol. Also, a pot of cold cream had disappeared from Célie's bedroom, and in the pot were the eardrops which Célie habitually wore.
But what exactly did happen on that Tuesday night?
As to that, there is just one person who, as soon as she's strong enough, can tell us.
After my father's bankruptcy and death in Paris, I took what work I could find. At last, dancing in a supper room in Montmartre. It was there one night that Madame befriended me and invited me to Aix. Hélène Vauquier hated me on sight.
And what of the séances?
When I was a child in England, it was just fun, monsieur. But when I saw how excited and feverish Madame became, I grew scared. A few days after we arrived in Aix, I met Harry in the casino. And I fell in love.
Harry had sold the rights to his patents twice over. His creditors were closing in. So he came to Aix. He hoped to win at the casino. But there was a greater prize awaiting him.
I believed that I was the prize.
He tried his luck at the tables and he failed, and then Hélène introduced him to the Tassé family. Adèle, her husband Hippolyte, and her mother Jeanne. They'd taken a house in Geneva in order to carry out some robberies from the fine villas on the lakeside.
One night, I was driving home with Madame in the motor car. She told me of this woman, Adèle, a skeptic.
She said you would never agree to undergo tests by someone you did not know. I said that you would. Was I not right, Célie? It would break my heart if you had tricked me.
Let her come. Madame told Hélène Vauquier that she would require her presence at the séance. And Hélène arranged for me to tell Servatas, the chauffeur, that he might have Tuesday evening off to visit his family. And on Wednesday. We have plans for tomorrow, Harry, but the night after I shall want you.
I shall thank you for wanting me. Here at the Villa des Fleurs?
Where else? I felt sure he would formally propose to me. And so for the last time, Hélène and I set up the table for the séance. Adèle arrived early.
I shall decide what you are to wear, Célie.
Certainly.
Would Mademoiselle also consent to be tied hand and foot and fastened securely in a chair?
Of course.
Oh, you shall believe tonight in these wonderful things, Adèle.
Then let us go and buy the cord.
They had laid their plans carefully.
Célie! Célie, vite!
This is the last time, Hélène.
The last time, mademoiselle. Don't worry, mademoiselle. We shall manage.
The salon was brightly lit. Hélène locked the door from the inside. Adèle handed me a pair of long white gloves.
Mademoiselle should wear these. And now please to put your hands behind your back. No, Mademoiselle, palm to palm. Tight.
Are you afraid, Célie?
No, madame. I am not.
Now, Célie, with your face to the mirror where all may see you.
Oh, we've had no such tests as these.
And Hélène lifted me in her arms, trussed as I was, and carried me to the stool in the recess. And my vague alarm became a definite terror. Madame! Madame! There is something! A presence here! Someone who means harm! I know it!
I shall keep my foot on the other end of this line, and I shall know if the little one frees herself.
Let us take our seats at the table. Hélène, will you turn off the lights?
Wait, I will see what she's doing.
Hélène, what am I to do?
Nothing. Say nothing. To which end I shall put this bag in your mouth. There. Mademoiselle has not moved.
Hélène switched off the light.
Do you hear any sound?
After a while, I found that the room was not as dark as it had been. Through a chink in the curtains around me, I could make out a figure, a man climbing over the sill. It was Harry. He put his gloved hand to the bandage over my mouth and felt for the knot at the back of my neck. I would be free. Then I knew, although I did not understand. He was tightening the knots, not loosening them. Finally, he untied the cord which ran from my waist to Adèle Rossignol's foot and jerked it. It was the signal.
Now give me your hand, and we have completed our circle.
Who are you that come to us from the spirit world? Answer. Oh, fingers touch my forehead. Now my cheek. Now they touch my throat. No.
They were murdering the kind old woman, my mistress, in the dark.
Oh, it's horrible.
What's the matter?
She's fallen against me, her whole weight.
Turn on the light.
You see? There's nothing to be afraid of, Harry. She is quite dead.
And we'll have no further use of her necklace, her bracelets, her rings, or her keys.
Which is the key to her safe?
This one. Get the jewels out of the safe, Harry. You're no use to us like this.
You promised you would blindfold the girl.
What does it matter?
There would have been no need to do it.
Wouldn't there?
Bring her to the sofa, Helen.
Not. Lie there. Adèle and Mr. Wethermill, whom you love, are going to take you away with them. But when you fail to return, everyone will know that you helped to rob and murder your benefactress.
I shall go and help Harry.
Mademoiselle Celie, these diamond eardrops could be a provocation to thieves. May I be permitted to remove them? It's not ladylike to kick. Lie still, do you hear?
The safe's empty. We've searched the room. We found nothing. The girl will know. Give her pencil and paper. Untie her hands. Right.
None of them, and especially not Harry, had pity on me. As best I could, I wrote,
Je ne sais pas.
You have got to know. If not, by God,
There were footsteps on the gravel of the drive. The beam of a torch shone for a moment outside. The handle of the door rattled. And then the footsteps moved away.
Take her away. We will come to Geneva in a few days and persuade her to tell us what we need to know.
Hélène, to bed. Harry will get the chloroform and put you to sleep.
I was left alone with Adele. What new torture was in store? She knelt down in front of me and untied the cords which bound my legs.
I can't endure it. You're too young to be killed. Here, let me rub some feeling back into your poor ankles. Can you stand?
Yes.
Keep still, child.
I'll go and open the gates and bring round a car. Are you ready?
Yes. Now run, Celie. Run for your life.
And that was how they ensured that your footmarks proved that you had left the room of your own free will.
And Harry must have erased the marks left by himself and Adele.
That was when they made their mistake.
What is it, Harry?
I've left the light burning in Helene's room.
We can't go back now. I dare not. It's over.
And just before Geneva, they transferred to a landau, and Adele and Mademoiselle Celie went on to that fearful house by the lake.
When I came round, it was to find a sack sewn over my face so that I should see nothing of their preparations for me, and that I do not now lie in a weighted sack at the bottom of the lake. I owe to you, gentlemen.
Oh.
What will happen to them?
Well, for the women, imprisonment for life.
And for the men?
Perhaps the guillotine. Perhaps New Caledonia. The final decision will be for the President of the Republic.
Monsieur Hanno, you promised me that once the trial was over, you would explain how you resolved the case.
One small accident, 3 little mistakes.
Harry's failure to discover the jewels.
No, my friend. The accident was that Perrichet entered the garden while the murderers were still in the salon, and so they left the light burning in Hélène Vauquier's room, and the murder was discovered 7 hours too soon.
When did you first suspect Harry Wethermill?
Before you even came to see me, Bernard had told me that he had left London with heavy debts. Yet he was playing at the top table. His audacity delighted me. He begged the first detective in France to take the case, claiming that since he loved Celie, she must be innocent.
I have to confess that I thought they might be accomplices.
It did not look good for her. But when I approached the truth, what did Harry say when I mentioned the cushion?
That's nothing.
That was all he said. But why? Suddenly he was afraid of what those cushions might have to tell.
And what did they tell?
If Celie had lain tied on the sofa, how had she managed to leap through the window and leave her footprints outside?
I follow that.
I was lucky that the commissioner's men had missed the long strand of red hair. The drawers in the chest in Celie's room contained hints of grease. I concluded that Hélène Vauquier had touched Mademoiselle Celie's pot of cold cream. Why? Perhaps to hide some small thing which she had not before had the opportunity to hide.
The diamond eardrops.
From these small evidences, I created a scenario. Only in Celie's room will the drops be safe. The following day, she goes to the girl's room and reclaims them. I have her driven to the depot and searched. All is discovered.
Remarkable.
We have one great stroke of luck. The letter from Marc Goubin.
And Harry's mistake?
We talked in Mr. Wethermill's rooms of the distance between Aix and Geneva. I asked him for a road book. He produced one at once. A new one. Well, I hope that I took it calmly, for I was not calm inside. Why, I ask myself, should a man who owns no motor car, who hires no motor car, buy himself an automobilist's road map? But I'd not supposed that he was capable of the murder of Marthe Cournard. She must be killed, and he kills her. He had told us truly that he was not a romantic.
One other thing which has been troubling me.
Well?
How did you know where the jewels were hidden?
Oh, I knew only where the others had not looked. But tell me, Mr. Ricardo, what news of Mademoiselle Celie?
I have a sister in London to whom I wrote. She is a widow and kind. Celia will be welcome there.
Oh, she should not be a burden for long. She is very pretty and very gentle. If no one else comes along, she might care for a Newfoundland dog. Besides, I have good news for her, too. I have a letter from the Prefecture. Madame Dauvray made a will before she died.
She left money to Celia?
No. She left her jewels, including a pair of diamond eardrops. For her sake, at least, Mr. Ricardo, I'm glad that I came to your amusing dinner party in London.
I am glad for all our sakes. I shall give another, and invite my sister and Celia Harland. Will you come?
To see Mademoiselle Celie and Madame Dauvray's jewels, I should cross continents.
In At the Villa Rose by A.E.W. Mason, adapted for radio by David Benedictus, Inspector Hanno was played by Andrew Sachs, Ricardo was Ian Masters, Celia Harland, Fiona Clark, and Harry Wethermill, Nicholas Rowe. Hélène Vauquier was Alice Arnold, Sergeant Perrichet, Stephen Critchlow, and Commissioner Brainard, Sean Baker. Madame Dauvray was Janet Whiteside, and Adele, Becky Hindley. Other parts were played by members of the cast. The director was Marion Nancaro.
We present The Virgin Knife by David Pownall, with Samantha Bond as Charlotte Corday and Gerard Murphy as Jean-Paul Marin. The Virgin Knife. "7 p.m. on July 13th, 1793, in Room 7, Hôtel de la Providence, Rue des Vieux-Augustins, Faubourg Saint-Germain, Paris, France, Europe, the world, with the hairdresser.
Down my back, gathered at the nape, falling to my waist. Brush hard if you want it to behave. Harder, I don't mind. As modish as you can make it. We'll dispense with the country girl look. Not too much powder. Don't want it in my eyes if my head gets shaken. I wash it once a week. What a performance. Takes 3 hours to dry. But in this heat, half that. Tie it back quite tightly. A friend's business. Someone in government must help her. She's not very good at finance and that sort of thing, and frankly, I think it's all become too complicated for her. That's not to say I'm much better myself, but I'll probably get further than she would on her own. From Caen, Calvados. You should go sometime. Yes, the coach I came in left the city on the same day. We travelled alongside the army for a while. They said they were coming to set Paris free from iniquity. Poor fools. There's not enough of them. They'll fail. Oh, 2,000 at a guess. They claim to be 5, of course. It's a joke. Oh, things have been very bad. But what can one expect these days? A revolution doesn't make life comfortable for anyone, does it? Oh, we get by. Yes, you could say Normandy is in revolt, but that doesn't include all Normans. Would I come to Paris otherwise? There are people with sense who see the harm that's being done. Brittany, the Vendée, Lyon, Marseille, Montpellier, Toulon, they'll all have to knuckle under whether they like conscription or not. They may have had enough of this government. Don't put words in my mouth. My attitude is practical. When all this is over, France will be a better place. But you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs. I'm sorry if it's been a long time since you've had an omelette. We're all perfectly aware that whatever problems we've had, it's been much, much worse here in Paris. You mustn't think we don't appreciate what you've been through on everyone's behalf. Without Paris, there wouldn't have been a revolution. Without the people on the street, what would have happened? Absolutely. Ouch! Careful. That's a knot. Get it out with your comb. I agree. Talk seldom solves anything. Tell that to the deputies. Be gentler, if you please. No, I haven't always grown it long. In the convent, I had to have it cropped. Prayer never solved anything. I go along with that. We were never really taught it did. You mustn't think that all nuns were the same. We were always arguing. Politics, of course. We never stopped chattering. But as everything got more out of hand, quite a few fell silent. Or simply went home. Well, too much was happening. The abbess couldn't cope. She's dead now. Oh, no, she died of old age. She timed it right. A nephew of hers was torn to pieces by the people and his heart eaten. They carried his head to the convent to show her. But first they took the head to a hairdresser, because the young man was very vain about his looks. I can tell by your touch you wouldn't be able to do a job like that. Anyway, because we lived such separate existences, the mob in our city didn't know the abbess had been dead for 2 years when all this took place. They showed the head to the wrong woman. What could she do? She kept quiet. I realise this is nothing compared to what has happened in Paris. It's an isolated case in our part of the country. He was arrogant and young, stupid, inexperienced. Yes, I knew him. He was my best friend's cousin. The friend I'm trying to help, actually. No, I didn't like him. Our political opinions were poles apart. But he was extraordinarily good-looking. Yes, I will do a lot for my friend. I love her. We shared a lot. Don't you help your friends if you can? Oh, it's too long a story to bore you with. Alexandrine is held up in Switzerland near the border. No, she's not Swiss. She needs a passport to get home. It's taking months. You know how long these delays can be. You should try travelling sometime. If Paris is too exciting to leave, then you'll have to wait. Oh, go and have a look at Calvados. Go to the sea. Eat some lobsters. Most of the English come to Calais, not Caen, because it's closer. We don't see any these days, of course. In the past, we'd get the occasional one passing through. Before the war. They came to eat. Not hearts, no. I shouldn't have told you that story, obviously. Yes, all right. We all heard about Princess Lamballe having her heart eaten in the September massacres. Nothing's new. I don't know who started the vogue for it. Perhaps it was us. In Caen, we had to identify it as an act of uncontrolled madness. Very well, symbolic madness. Can madness be symbolic? Symptomatic, perhaps, but symbolic? What's important about a symbol is it should make sense. If my father heard you calling me an intellectual, he'd laugh. Do intellectuals end up in convents? I congratulate you. How very observant. After years in your profession, I suppose you've developed a knack for pinpointing people's origins by the kinks in their hair. Our family was noble, before nobility was abolished. On the contrary, I applauded the doing away of the whole idea. Nobility is a sham if one is born to it. If one has earned it, well, that may be different. Perhaps hundreds of years ago an ancestor of mine did something noble, I don't know. But it could easily have been something evil. True nobility can only come from pure motives and sacrifice. Very well. The sermon is over. You talk about something then. I don't mind. Anything you like. Watch you don't cut yourself. I bought it only this morning. Kitchen knife. Carrots and onions. Never been used. A cousin has moved into a new home. It's our custom to give something sharp for a present. You know how odd we Normans are. Hopelessly superstitious. Probably something to do with severing ties with the house you've left. Have you always lived in the same place? Living in Paris must be very expensive. Have you lost business because the fashions have changed? They say wigs are going out. Baldness will never be chic. Well, you're a brave man to guess the length the fashion won't go to. I think anything can happen there. Anything at all. Please, you'll unsettle my stomach. Human hair may be flooding the market at a time wigs are going out of fashion, but I'd rather not think about the source of supply. Yes, we do have strong stomachs in Calvados. Is this the kind of amusing interchange you usually have with clients, or am I being specially favoured? I'm not saying you're discourteous. Don't you make any allowances for people out of town? It takes us a while to catch up with the trend, you know. Now you're trying to make me feel weak and foolish. That won't work. I know it's only humour, but I can't see it yet. I'm one of those people who can't tell jokes, but listening to them, I don't mind. That was a joke. You could have fooled me. I told you I'm no good at telling jokes. Well, if all yours are as bad as the last one, you better keep them to yourself. All right, you asked for it. I'll tell you one from the convent. Mary Rose sat on a pin. Mary Rose. I told you it was hopeless. That's a good one. If Danton, Robespierre and Marat are all so ugly, perhaps standards will have to change. They might pass a law changing what's beautiful. Why not? They have for everything else. No, I'm not saying that. I include the republic we had 3 years ago as part of those old ways. Liberty, equality and fraternity and all that. Of course I believe in it. 4 years ago is the past, our sacred, short past. As short as my hair used to be. I came alone. I refused to be afraid. So far, I haven't been molested. Thank you, but I discern little advantage in what you term attractiveness if all it does is encourage people to attack you. Well, some excitement, I suppose. A fellow proposed to me on the overnight coach. Well, that's a very false impression. We're not at all wealthy. No, he wasn't drunk as far as I could tell. Would he have to be? He got down on his knees in the coach, rocking about, honestly. I told him I'd wake up all the other passengers so they could enjoy the entertainment. That shut him up. I think you were probably right. He was drunk. Sometimes it seems everyone's drunk after a certain hour. Or is that me? Would you say Citizen Marat was a good man for me to talk to? Well, if you read his newspaper, you must have some idea how sympathetic he might be. He may have a heart, but is it for everyone? You can work out my disadvantages. I'm not the sort of person you choose to see, am I? I'm not sure what prejudice means anymore. I've already been to his house and been turned away. Not by him, oh no, by his female bodyguards, 4 of them. I don't think they like the look of me. They said he was ill and sees no one. How can he run a country if he sees no one? Yes, it's an ordinary apartment and not a palace, but does that matter if I still can't get past the door? He might just as well be king. I don't think Louis Capet was necessarily a bad man, but he was weak as a king. I wasn't asked whether he should live or die. The deputies voted on that. It's not the first time a king has had his head cut off for being out of touch with his people. The English did it 150 years ago. Not all revolutions stick. Oh yes, this one will, I'm sure. Nothing will ever be the same. We won't go backwards. Too much has happened. Like you, I'm a committed Republican. It's the best form of government. We've known that since the Greeks. I'm not showing off. What do you think a nun does with her time? She reads. Some of it sticks in her mind. I'd give the Girondin deputies purged from the convention the benefit of the doubt, I suppose. As good Republicans. All right, that's what you think. But have you made up your own mind, or is it the Commune that's talking? The Jacobins, the newspapers, I don't know. Don't lecture me. I know my duty. How do you know the Girondins have betrayed the Republic? Give me an example. I'm not talking about what your friends tell you. Tell me something they've done. What evidence have you to say that? Well, I'm not convinced. They've seen the revolution through. Why should they suddenly turn against it? One minute they're heroes, the next enemies of France. How does that happen overnight? If they know the people in the sections of the Commune have condemned them out of hand, they'll never come back to Paris, will they? How will we know if they're guilty? Well, your mind is made up already by the sound of it. When you're accused... I didn't say I was accusing you. I was merely making a point. What's to stop you accusing me? We can accuse each other. In any case, we'd both be hoping for justice, wouldn't we? Let's shut him up. I'd pass a law. Only mutes can be hairdressers. I agree. Let's keep off politics. Yes, when I took the veil, one of the oaths I swore was never to have a man. This isn't politics. The government has done away with my vows on my behalf, done away with my vocation. I am free. I can have as many men as I like. That will depend on what I like. I may have a man tonight. I may not. It depends on what happens. I'm pleased to note how you limit your impertinences. Will you hurry up? I have a lot to do today. Of course, we're both citizens, but you are reckoned superior. You have been promised the vote, and we must all hope one day you have the chance to use it. That is not so with me. Women are expected to be faithful, true, good cooks and mothers, in that order. But I'm neither a mother nor a wife, not even a sweetheart. Stand away, that's enough. Hold up the mirror. Yes, that's what I want. That will do. As you are superior citizen, it is incumbent upon you to protect women and see they come to no harm. Try to remember that in your vocation. Looking down on you. Where are you? I don't see anything. What an idiot. You are forgiven, idiot. I should have got him to pin my hat on straight. I can never do that properly myself. I'll leave it till I go out. I wrote to you this morning. Marat, did you receive my letter? May I hope to have the chance of meeting you? If you have not received my first letter, I hope you will not refuse me access. What I have to talk about cannot help but interest you. To be as unfortunate as I am is enough for me to make a claim on your protection. Forced to pollute good paper in this way. It is deceitful, and I'm ashamed to go to such lengths. Perfume the paper? Of course, you whore. Dear Mara, I will be waiting for your answer in the street like any harlot, knife between my breasts, in case of trouble with violent clients. Address to the French people, lovers of law and peace. Your misfortunes tear my heart. I can give you nothing but my life. I hope my death will be of use to my fellow citizens. Carry my head through Paris as a signal to rally all the friends of justice. Use it to frighten the men of blood on their mountain of power. I hope to be their last victim. and I hope to be judged as one who deserves some applause for her conduct. No one knew of my plans. I acted alone to save France from ruin and desolation. I attach my certificate of baptism to this address, which will be found upon me when I am arrested, to show what the weakest hand can do. If I do not succeed in my task, I have shown you the way. You know your enemies. Arise, march, and strike as I have done. Corday.
7:25 p.m. The same evening, the cab stand at Place des Victoires. With the cabbie.
30 Cordelia Street. Yes, I know it's Mara's place. I'm going to see him. No, I'm not his girlfriend. Keep your eye on the road. If I'm dressed up, it's not for you. You'll just have to guess. I could be his sister. Hadn't you better be more careful what you say? I should have realized he'd be a friend of yours. Been in your cab many times. I suppose you know everybody famous. Did you drive the old king to the guillotine? Well, keep a civil tongue in your head. If I tell Mara what you're like, you'll have your license taken away. No, it's not that time of the month, and I'm not in a bad mood. I just want to be with my own thoughts. Does not wanting to chat with a cabbie make me a counter-revolutionary? When you've got the Committee of Public Safety in the cab, they include you in their discussions, do they? If it makes you feel better to think of me as a snob, carry on. This is persecution, you know. Leave me alone. If this is what a whore has to put up with when she's going to work, God help her. A little paint and they read the wrong signal. Is this the right way? He could be taking me anywhere. Getting his own back because I've upset him. I'm sorry if I was short-tempered with you, citizen. As yet, I haven't learnt the give and take of city ways. Forgive me. After I've seen Mara, well, I'm free, yes. Wait for me outside and we can go somewhere. No, I haven't eaten yet. If you know a good little place, by all means. Could we go a bit faster? I didn't know there were speed limits. Come on, man, whip up your horse. Break the law for me. If you're caught, Mara will sort it out. Oh, I've heard he can do anything he likes, fix anything. He may live the life of a poor man and embrace those who suffer, but his learning means he always knows what he is saying and doing. That's how I like my men. No pretense at innocence. Like you. I'm sure he'll be able to help me. If he's well enough, that is. Oh, I was given the impression he's suddenly become ill. I didn't realize he had a permanent condition. I think you're to be praised for your understanding and sympathy, citizen. Having to sweep out and wash your cab after Mara had been in it must be very upsetting. Flakes and bits of skin. Ugh, don't. You're putting me off. I hope you cleaned it out thoroughly. He must live a life of continual discomfort and irritation. Having something the matter with one's skin must be a horrible punishment. I use the word as an author might. We are punished by many natural things. Really? How very theatrical. Mara gets more and more interesting. Death scribed on his wall over crossed pistols. A garb. If it's a reminder of one way out of his agony, I take his point. One could say it's a comfort. If he's always scratching and has to walk with his legs apart, hopping, he must have great self-control, keeping the annoyance from taking over his mind. Just because I have good skin, it doesn't mean I don't sympathize. Brazen or not, I blush too easily. That can be a nuisance. People think they can see your thoughts. You think I do better dressing in rags, pretending to be what I'm not? Wouldn't that depend on what I want from him? Not his body, not by the sound of it. You can never tell what draws a woman to a man. I disagree. What draws a man to a woman is straightforward by comparison. I'd say a woman is attracted by the unknown. What will happen when she goes with him? What will happen when decisions are taken between them? All sorts of decisions. Life and death. To have children or not to have children is a matter of life and death. I won't be having any. I know I won't. Let's say it's never been in my stars. No trick I've learned from a racy friend to stop me getting pregnant. It simply won't happen in my case. It's a pity, perhaps, but no tragedy. I have other ideas what I can do with my life. I won't be going home after this. My future is here. I've made the move and burned my bridges. In Normandy, you struggle to spend your time in a worthwhile way. One is absorbed into the earth. When I was young, I dreamt a lot, but those dreams were sucked down also. The city is the best place to be free and find some privacy. I'm sorry, thinking aloud. I have my hopes. Talking to Mara will be like talking to you. The friend of the people, and the people. Do writers make good politicians? We had some in our family, and they kept out as much as they could. Medicine, philosophy, morality, slavery, crime, Mara's had his say. He knows the human animal, knows how it suffers and succeeds. He's studied it in detail. Pain, need. There's no excuse for what he's done. He can't claim ignorance or stupidity. How can a man put his name to a book upon the human soul, then incite men to massacre priests? Unless that's what he wrote about. I don't know. I should have read it. To be able to kill him, I should have read everything he's ever written. It will have to remain a sin of omission. What's going on? Why have you stopped? You're making me late. Well, go round. Find a way. Let the police deal with it. Hurry up. A thief steals the entire state and he's worried about someone losing a few francs. Let him go. Let him steal again and again until the greater crime has gone. Keep running, thief. With Marat supreme in France, no law is worth observing. When he is dead, return, give the money back, and repent.
Get us out of here! Good evening, citizens. Please let the cab through. I have an appointment with the president of the Jacobins, the editor of The Friend of the People. Yes, your hero, our savior. He's waiting for me. We're going to make love. Drive on, cabby. Quickly, before they change their minds.
"7:35 p.m. The courtyard of 30 Rue des Cordeliers. Charlotte faces the 4 females of Marat's bodyguard. Simone, his mistress, Jeannette, his cook, Albertine, his sister, and Madame Pin, the concierge. With the bodyguard.
I have information from Caen. First-hand information. There's a conspiracy. I refuse to leave without seeing Marat. His life is in danger.
There are 4 Girondin deputies plotting in Caen. They're raising the whole of the West against the Republic. I've spoken with these men. I know their minds. Marat must listen to me for his own sake and for the sake of France. Ill or not, he must take heed. There's no time. Take your hands off me.
Marat, are you in there? Call off your bitches. I've come all the way from Calvados to save you. Let me in.
7:37 p.m. Marat has been listening to the altercation in the courtyard as he sits in his bath of soothing salts, working on a plank in front of him. He calls out to Simone, his mistress, to bring the visitor in, which she does reluctantly. With the President.
What a breath of fresh air. Cream and apples from the country. Love your hat. Come in, come in.
I didn't know you were taking a bath, otherwise I'd have been glad to wait.
I live in the bath.
I am Marie-Anne Charlotte de Corday d'Amont.
Jean-Paul Marat, at your service, mademoiselle.
Thank you for agreeing to see me.
Your voice carries. Leave us, Simone. There's nothing to worry about. Come on, leave us.
She doesn't trust me.
The poor woman is deluded. She doesn't perceive the reality. I'm not hideous to her.
Jealousy, then?
You might get in the bath with me.
There's not much room.
Come closer. Oh, I thought so. Fragrances. You've brought me summer, hayfields, cider, and sin.
Paris is no place to be in the heat.
It would be good to get away somewhere.
Do you never take a holiday?
We have no time.
No one can work properly when it's so hot. I find it difficult to think.
The brain inside the skull has its own climate. Draw up a chair and sit down so we're side by side, then you won't have to look at me.
That holds no horrors.
I'm thinking of myself. Closer. Closer.
You got my first note?
Yes, but I only read it 10 minutes ago. I've been putting the paper to bed. You know how it is.
I sent it after the women turned me away this morning. I've got another one ready in case they did the same.
Would you have come a third time and a fourth?
Until you saw me.
You had to come?
Yes.
It was your duty?
Yes.
Don't blush so much. It's too endearing. Oh, do stop.
I can't help it.
You can. Oh, too late. I'm giving you one rush of blood for another. Fair enough. Is it the first time you've seen anything like this? Preposterous, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
A pity it had to be me. Other lads are quite lovely.
You must suffer.
Education is everything, Charlotte. Already, you'll walk out of here knowing more. Innocence would be an obstacle between us. There are things to get out of the way.
I'm sorry. Give me a moment.
You moved heaven and earth to see this man. Don't be shocked. I don't ask for pity.
For you, I have none.
How resolute. You don't waste time. To business. The pretext for your visit?
Please.
Don't make protestations. The pretext is to tell me about certain Girondin deputies purged from the convention and supposed to be under house arrest in Paris who have fled and are holed up in your hometown fomenting insurrection.
Why do you call it a pretext?
You have a list of names, 18 of them. Let me give them to you.
I didn't know you already had them.
Their headquarters is the Hotel Intendance, Rue des Carmes, opposite where you live.
Oh.
Does it surprise you that a copy of all passports issued to ex-nuns, ex-aristocrats, etc. are made as a matter of course? Do you think we have no powers of organization? Our security is very good.
Citizen Marat.
I know you think we're fools, and sometimes we are, but not on issues like this. An army set out from Caen on the same day you did, an army of rebels and traitors. Didn't you think we'd be on our guard?
I was trying to help. The Republic is very precious to me.
You underestimate your enemy.
No.
We haven't got that long. For both our sakes, we must come to an arrangement.
The shame of this.
Don't look at it that way. It's a sound revolutionary principle. We're working on interlocking sacrifice.
How my father would writhe if he knew I was having this conversation. He'd disown me.
Of what concern are our fathers? Why should you bother your head about such a man? Why, the old gentleman has never done a stroke of work in his life. All he's ever thought about is himself and what he could inherit. You're not that kind of character. You need to give.
How can you say that? Even your brilliant spies don't know my soul.
Because you've obviously followed my career closely and spied the summit of my crescendo at the same time as I have. What you thought was hate was a form of love.
What repulsive nonsense.
You can't deny I'm the man in your life at the moment. Who fills your thoughts? Who's naked in your presence and pleading to be embraced and his passion quenched?
How can anyone believe a word you say?
They don't need to. All I do is urge actions. For years, I speculated, mused, theorized, constructed elaborate explanations for natural and unnatural phenomena, disease, madness, optical illusions, the Holy Ghost. You name it, I've had a hypothesis. But when the revolution picked me up like the wind snatches a piece of paper from the gutter, I stopped being suppositional. That's how I'm so certain of what you're here for.
You've been guessing all along. You don't know me from Adam. Some simple detective work. I'm not all that bright. My preparations have been amateur.
Delude yourself no further, O maiden fair. I was waiting for you. Something else you should know. Between my anus and my scrotum is a raw, suppurating lesion. Every time I move, it splits its scab. It will never heal until you've made me keep perfectly still.
I've heard you had a knack of making things difficult for people.
What do you take us for? Normandy is in revolt, yet you're surprised we take an interest in every yokel from the west who steps off the coach.
You had me watched.
All the working people of Paris work for me. What did Deputy Duperret have to say for himself? Why hasn't he fled with his friends? Surely he doesn't expect mercy.
I asked him to get me into the convention so I could put my case. He told me you stayed at home.
Don't let it be on your conscience. He has to die anyway. All the Girondins will have to go. They're holding things up, turning the outer edges against the center, undermining the army.
Duperret is an honorable man.
Of course he is.
I urged him to leave Paris. Don't let him die because of any involvement with me.
Oh, forget Duperret. His usefulness has ended. Too many old Roman postures and pretenses. Never learnt to ride the force which started running through this revolution a year ago. We had to go to war with Austria and the emigres. Now we face England, Russia, Portugal, Spain as well. All these monarchs know the Girondists not as men who can be corrupted, but who can corrupt the revolution. We can't have them hanging around.
Do you intend to carry on killing everyone who disagrees with you?
Those who trespass on the ground I've cleared, yes. We must win these wars. We must preserve the revolution. Danton and Robespierre will see it through their stages. Oh! This itching is driving me mad.
Is there nothing you can get?
Oh, yes. A beautiful young woman from the West. She has something for me. A secret.
Only things you know already.
Peace is a secret. What is it? She's just checking. And the bathroom doubles as our larder. The plate of brains is for my dinner. Offal is supposed to be good for eczema. It isn't. In fact, I think it makes it worse. Give me a scratch.
Only your eyes.
Your anger, I understand. So I should. I am the rage of the people. Under my whip, it emerged from its hiding place to tear out the throat of old France. No one will ever forget these days. Whoever governs France in future will have to bear in mind my pet and its possibilities.
And mine. I have my indignation too. You abolished my vocation, even my God.
If I could abolish him, was he God? Your hold was weak.
It would have been fairer to call your revolution something other than the founding of a republic.
The counter-revolutionary will carve out the republic. I had to make the wasteland where the ruins of the future will be found. From those, a new France will arise where anger will not be ignored. What do you know of the human anatomy? The heart is well guarded, you know.
With the power you have, it could be moderated.
I don't want it botched. The blade you brought is long enough, but the point and angle of entry are crucial.
All I want is your promise not to become a dictator.
I promise not to become a dictator. Now, here, if I position your blade exactly in the right place, all you'll have to do is put all your weight on it. You don't have to look.
If you retire from politics, went and lived quietly in the country.
I will live quietly in the country, Charlotte. No half measures now. I'll try not to cry out so you can get away.
I don't want to get away.
Oh. Now I understand your hesitation. Oh, this isn't all going to plan. Why don't we start at the beginning again? You give me the names of the Girondins. I write them down and say something like, "Thank you, faithful citizen. We'll soon have them all arrested, brought back to Paris and guillotined." Then you strike, like a heroine from the classics, an Electra, and the rest follows naturally in the way great actions breed their consequences. Scenes in plays are much better organized than life. Write me a script, and I'll follow it, as long as you finally give me the release I crave.
I intended to kill you in front of all the deputies at the convention, and make a speech if there was time. Duparet would get me in.
Now's a good time. While they're making my dinner. Can't you smell the onions? All their kitchen clatter will drown out any noise I might make thrashing around.
If only you hadn't been ill.
Don't weaken, Charlotte. I'm still the same Marat you hate. Nothing has changed. I have no fear. Do you think I have the right to fear after seeing so many go to the knife with their heads held high? Even that idiot, the king, managed that.
Now that I know you haven't the strength or will to carry on, there's no need to kill you. I was going to do it to stop you having absolute power. I thought you were ambitious.
Oh, I am. My ambition's worse than my eczema. I want my fame. If I die now at the height of my glory, I'll have my immortality. Oh, that was a mistake. Shouldn't have told you that. Why am I always so honest?
To be struck down by a woman?
The goddess of liberty. Bare your breasts. Let your hair free. Our play gets better as it goes on. You're in a chariot fighting the forces of darkness. How can I persuade you? Let me put it this way. If you kill me, we both get what we want. If you don't, I'll hand you over to the rabble, my rabble, to do what they like with you.
Those brains are off. Can't you smell it? She should throw them away.
In this weather, things don't keep. Where is the knife? How nice of you. How thoughtful to keep it near your heart. Don't let me down.
The way this has turned out, it's more my death than yours.
Hurry, while they're disputing corruption.
I will not have a priest when the time comes. You are my priest, Mara. You will put me on the way expertly and knowledgeably. Do you remember the 12th station of the cross?
We adore thee, O Christ, and bless thee? All that? Of course.
Oh, my dying Jesus, I kiss devoutly the cross on which thou didst die for love of me.
brave to kiss me, Charlotte. You've caught something, I fear.
I have merited for my sins to die a miserable death. But thy death is my hope. Cry out. They must come.
To me, sweet friend. To me.
In David Pownall's The Virgin Knife, Samantha Bond was Charlotte Corday, and Gerard Murphy was Jean-Paul Marat. The Virgin Knife was directed by Owen O'Callaghan.
John Justin, Maddie Head, and Joe Manning Wilson in The Franchise Affair, freely adapted by John Hyatt from the novel by Josephine Tay. The time is the present. The Franchise Affair.
Yes, sir. Yes, of course. Oh, be fantastic. Your place tomorrow, yeah.
Oh, come on. He lives on that phone.
So I would. Hey, do what? Going too far again. Now, I must go now, or Mum. Hmm? Oh, I do. All right, sweetheart. Bye.
Roger?
Oh. You still up, Mum?
Roger, you've been 20 minutes on that phone. There could be urgent news from the police any moment.
Oh, I was talking to Karen.
Karen? I thought you'd been out with her this evening.
I have. I was just saying good night. Couldn't hear what we were saying, could you?
Not every word. Roger, dear, couldn't you use the call box at the end of the road? If the police don't phone, then Betty might.
Look, Mum, Betty's been gone for a fortnight. She's been going to ring.
Take it so calmly. She's your sister.
She can look after herself.
She's barely 17. Anything could have happened to her. You think she's run off with some man, don't you?
Well, that's not as awful as you make out.
Oh, Roger.
Look, if she's with her boyfriend, then at least she's all right.
Then why hasn't she let us know? Why the silence? Why cause such worry? It's just not like her. You know it isn't, Roger. There's something terribly wrong. What's that?
It's just a car. Mrs. Harris next door out in the tiles again. Come away from the window.
It's Betty.
What?
Roger, it's her.
Hey?
Look, it's Betty.
Let's have a look.
Oh, mind, let me get there.
There's a bloke with her.
Betty?
What's happened to her? Mum, she's hurt. She can't stand.
Oh, Betty. Oh, my darling.
You look after her, Mum. I'm going to talk to that driver.
Betty, it's all right. Shush now. Come inside. Come on. Now, let me look at you. Your face. You're bleeding.
Oh, don't touch my back.
Your coat's torn. Who's done this? Who's done this to you?
Mama tried to get away. Day after day, I thought I'd die. I'd never get out. They kept me locked up.
How many of them were there?
Two of them. They gave me a lift that night. Said they'd take me home. I thought they were being kind. Oh, Mom.
Oh, shush. All right.
No one ever came to the house. I screamed and shouted, but no one ever came.
The driver's gone for a doctor and the police. He says he found her on the Chichester Road. She was dead beat and...
She's been whipped, poor child. Hey? 2 men, she says, in a lonely house.
No.
Oh, it's all right, lovey. It's all right.
Not men. Not men. 2 women.
Women? God. Women did this to you? What women?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about... I don't.
Betty, you're safe.
You're all right now.
Oh, Mum, they're mad. If they ever find me...
They won't find you, but we must find them.
Oh, Mum, don't. Look, she's hysterical.
Just their names, Betty.
I don't know.
What did they call each other?
Mother. The old one was the mother. Her daughter had the whip. A sort of horse whip.
No.
I tried to fight her. I couldn't. She's strong and tall. Her mother called her Marian.
Do you know it's nearly 4 o'clock?
Is it? I missed my watch. I ought to get another.
Oh, what happened to the one you had? It suited you.
Oh, I lost it.
It's not like you, Marion. You're such a careful person. You sure it's not somewhere in the house? If you took it off to wash up or
It's
something.
not in the house, Robert. If you must know, it was stolen.
Stolen? Oh, when was this? You never told me.
Oh, there was no point in making an issue of it. Your legal mind would have been endlessly curious and...
Thank you, dear, thank you.
I'm sorry. That was very rude. I'm not a good loser, I'm afraid. If I hadn't made a fool of myself at the 9th hole this afternoon, no doubt I'd have told you all about the wretched watch.
Well, never mind. You'll be splendidly mellow after tea.
Oh, Robert, how little you know me. I'm very un-English in some ways. The council should put a warning sign on this hill. You never know what might be over the other side.
Oh, but I do. The most hideous house in the county.
It is an eyesore, isn't it? Even the name's unattractive. The franchise. One day, God willing, they'll convert it into luxury flats with central heating and a resident porter. Having first paid Mother and me enormous compensation, of course.
I can think of another reason why you might leave the franchise.
Now, Robert, don't. I'm not in the mood for proposals.
Same old excuse. What have you got against marriage, Marion?
I hate being tied.
But you are tied to your mother.
Oh, rubbish. She's completely independent.
Hello. You've got visitors.
No, we can't have. We don't know anybody.
Well, there's a car in the drive. Looks like a police car.
No, it can't be.
Well, hold on a moment. We'll soon see. It is a police car.
Yes.
There's a policeman in the back with a young girl.
Robert?
Oh, that's Hallam on the doorstep. He's seen us.
You know him?
Yeah, he's an inspector, local man. We play golf occasionally. Good afternoon, Inspector.
Oh, hello, Mr. Blair. A bit of luck finding you here.
Did you want to see me?
Miss Sharp?
Yes.
Yes, madam, if you please. You and your mother.
My mother rests in the afternoons. I'd rather not disturb her.
Well, then just yourself to begin with. Thank you.
Are your companions coming in, Inspector?
Not just at the moment, madam.
Come into the drawing room. I was going to give Mr. Blair some tea. Perhaps you'd like
I'd
to...
rather we didn't delay matters, if you don't mind.
What is all this about, Hallam?
2 weeks ago, a young girl named Betty Kane disappeared from her home in Loughborough New Town. The fact was reported to the police by the girl's mother, but no trace could be found of her. 3 days ago, the girl turned up on her own doorstep in a very distressed condition.
Oh.
She'd been beaten up and was in a state of shock. So much so that it's taken time to get a coherent story out of her. It's a story that makes serious allegations.
Yes?
On the night of May the 2nd, the date she disappeared, Miss Kane claims she was picked up in a car by 2 women, driven to their home and held there for a fortnight against her will. The house, she says, was a large, old, mansion-type place standing in its own grounds about 30 miles outside Loughborough, now allowing for a radius of twice that distance. The franchise is the only house that fits the girl's description. You and your mother, Miss Sharp, answered the descriptions of the 2 women. Now, you don't have to say anything.
Not say anything? Not say
Marion.
anything? You accuse me of kidnapping some girl, of beating her up? How do you expect me not to say anything?
Is that the girl? Outside in the police car?
That's right.
How old is she? 14, 15?
She was 17 on the 1st of May. It was the day after her birthday that she disappeared.
17? She looks much younger.
She's been brought up on some very unhealthy fairy
I
tales.
take it you deny her allegations.
Well, you don't expect me to admit them.
You'd better give us some details, Hallam.
Of course. On the night she disappeared, Betty Kane was walking home from Loughborough, having missed the last bus.
She spent the evening in Loughborough.
At a youth club, place called The Scene. It was coming on to rain. She got no money for a taxi, so she decided to walk. After about 20 minutes, a battered old grey car passed her and stopped just ahead.
Was the girl hitchhiking?
She says not.
How far away was her home, then?
5.5 miles.
And it was raining. In her place, I'd have hitched a lift.
There were two women in the car. The driver, aged about 36, tall, well-spoken, rather dark, and a much older woman who was sitting in the back. The woman who was driving asked the girl if she wanted a lift. The girl accepted because by this time the rain was coming down heavily.
And was it?
It was bucketing down, sir. That was the night the Arun flooded. The women were very friendly and talkative, so the girl paid little attention to the direction they were taking. When eventually the car stopped, Miss Kane was unable to recognize her surroundings. She asked where they were, and the older woman replied, "This is our home, my dear." The younger woman invited the girl to have supper with them, promising that later she would drive her home.
How very hospitable.
The girl was uneasy, but couldn't see how to refuse. The younger woman got out of the car and opened large iron gates before taking the car up the driveway to the house, which by this time it was too dark to see. The girl was taken into a large, bare kitchen.
Bare?
Very large and very bare.
While the older woman prepared a meal, the younger, whom she referred to as her daughter, fetched a blanket to wrap round the girl while her clothes were dried.
What did they talk about?
According to Miss Kane, they were anxious for details of her background. Was her family strict? Did she ever stay away from home? Was she looking for a job?
They offered her employment.
As a maid.
As a maid? The girl's been reading Agatha Christie.
Betty Kane's recollection of the rest of the evening is extremely sketchy. She says that after drinking coffee, she became ill and dizzy.
And Ian Fleming.
But she recalls being taken upstairs by the younger woman as soon as she said she felt sick. Wait a minute. Here we are. A flight of stairs with no carpet on them, but covered in worn-out lino. At the top of the stairs was an attic containing a broken camp bed. When Betty Kane woke up the following morning, she found herself on this bed, still wrapped in the blanket. On attempting to leave the attic, she found that the door was locked and the small round window wouldn't open.
She specifies that?
She does, yes. A small round window facing the road. I could see the driveway running from the front door, curving round a little pond that had dried up, and going on to the iron gates, which looked a bit rusty. She's very specific, Mr. Blair.
Aren't there any other old houses with rusty iron gates close to Loughborough?
Two, as a matter of fact, Miss Sharp. The other is the old people's home at Milford.
How long was Betty Kane left alone in the attic?
Not long. The younger woman brought her food and returned her dried clothes. Girl says she refused the food on the grounds that she must get home immediately. At that, the woman shut the door and told her to sit down. She wasn't going anywhere.
This is getting exciting.
Now, Betty Kane was kept in that attic for a fortnight. She was starved and threatened and maltreated. She was told that unless she waited hand and foot on these two women, she would never get out of that house again.
Then why not do just that? Her chances of escape would have been 100 times greater if she'd had the run of the house.
Yes, but anyway, she escaped eventually. Now, how did she do it, Hallam?
Well, last Friday night, when it was dark and Betty Kane was trying to sleep, the younger woman made another visit to the attic. This time, she carried what the girl describes as a riding crop. And for no apparent reason, she beat the girl, black and blue. Finally, she went away. And when Betty Kane had sufficiently recovered, she saw that the door had been left unlocked. She plucked up courage and ventured onto the landing. There was no one about, so she crept down the stairs. On reaching the hall, she heard the two women talking in the kitchen at the rear of the house. Grabbed her chance, ran out of the front door, down the drive, out through the gates and into the road. She had no idea where she was. Her one concern was to get as far away from the house as possible and keep out of sight.
Out of sight? I mean, surely a passing car.
She says she was terrified of accepting another lift. I think that's understandable.
Are you telling us she walked for 30 miles back to Loughborough?
I believe she was prepared to. But a short while later, on the London-Chichester Road, the driver of a delivery van caught her in his headlights. He could see she was in a bit of a state, so he insisted on driving her back to Loughborough. Didn't get much sense out of her because she was hysterical. He dropped her at her home. Her mother rang the police, the rest you know.
I know she's an accomplished liar.
I don't. I've got to check her story.
It's very detailed.
Very, and that should make the job much easier.
Mother, I thought you were resting.
When the house is surrounded by policemen, how could anyone rest in these circumstances? Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Blair.
Mother, this is Inspector Hallam.
How do you do?
How do you do?
You shouldn't sit in that armchair, Inspector. You're far too heavy for it.
Mrs. Sharp.
I'll tell her. Mother, the inspector wants us to see a young girl who was just returned home after being missing for a fortnight.
This girl claims to have been forcibly detained and beaten by 2 women who wanted her for a servant. She's described her captors with such accuracy that there's little doubt we are the women in question.
What did we beat her with?
A riding crop.
Have we got a riding crop?
Look, the point is, Mother, the inspector wants to see if this girl identifies us.
Have you any objection, Mrs. Sharp?
Well, on the contrary, I look forward to the meeting with impatience. It's not every afternoon I go to arrest a dull old woman and rise a potential monster.
Well, then, if you'll excuse me, I'll fetch Miss Kane.
This must be somewhat alarming for you, Mr. Blair. You take my daughter out to play golf, and on your return discover that she's been exceeding herself with a riding crop. It can't be easy for you as a respected solicitor to offer us professional guidance.
Mrs. Sharp, you don't think I believe this girl's story, do you?
Oh, not at all. I credit you with more perspicacity. I was referring to the nature of the allegations. Abduction and criminal assault are surely outside your normal range of experience.
Yes, I'm afraid that's true. My knowledge of criminal law is somewhat limited.
As I thought. Well, perhaps we can help to remedy that.
In here, Betty. That's right. No call to be nervous. Now, I want you to look very carefully at these 2 ladies. Miss Sharp, perhaps you'd be good enough to stand beside your mother.
The inspector wants you in the light, Marion.
Oh, yes.
There.
Well, Betty,
Yes,
you recognize these people?
the women, yes. They're the women who gave me the lift, the women who kept me here. And this is the house. I recognize it. The gates, the drive, the door to the kitchen is under the stairs.
Miss Kane, this is a very serious allegation.
Well, of course they're the women. Do you think I'm stupid? I saw them every day for a fortnight. Every day they came into the attic. They threatened me. They hit me.
You'll forgive me for interrupting the performance, but at my time of life, I don't care to be upstaged. Inspector, is the girl a virgin?
That question doesn't arise in this case, madam.
If I'd been missing from home for a fortnight, it's the first question my mother would have asked. However, now that Miss Kane has identified us, what do you propose to do? Arrest us?
We haven't got as far as that yet, Mrs. Sharp. I want the young lady to see over the premises.
So do I.
And if her description of the house tallies with what you find?
Then I report the fact to my superiors, and they decide on the next step.
Admirably painstaking. Now, if you'll excuse me, Inspector, I shall return to my rest.
But don't you want to be present when Miss Kane sees the attic?
Not unless you specifically advise it. I haven't the least doubt that she will identify each floorboard. Indeed, I should be surprised beyond belief if she failed to do so. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Marion will show you the way.
If I recall Miss Kane's statement correctly, she said the stairs were covered in lino. This is a perfectly good carpet we're treading on, which, to my certain knowledge, has been down 3 months.
I said it was the last flight that was covered in lino. The one before you get to the attic.
That flight, Inspector, fell victim to our economy drive. You see? Old worn lino. It was here when my mother and I came here. And this is the door to the attic.
You always keep it locked, Miss Sharp?
Always. It's used for storing junk. I only come up here occasionally.
And your mother?
Contrary to what Miss Kane has said, my mother never comes up here. The stairs are too much for her. There you are, Inspector.
Ah, yes. Ah, the small round window, I see.
The glass is cracked.
Oh, that was me. I did that trying to smash the window.
Oh? What did you use to hit it with?
My shoe. I'd only hit it a couple of times when she came in. She said if I tried it again, she'd half kill me.
This crack looks fairly old to me, Helen.
Can you account for it, Miss Sharp?
I'm afraid not. Like the lino, it was there when we moved in.
There's plenty of dirt in the crack, I grant you.
But it could have been put there deliberately. I quite understand.
What does Miss Kane identify in this room? Have you got her statement?
Camp bed, of course.
Oh, yes.
3 empty suitcases behind the door. One was dark blue with a soft top and rust in the locks.
But there's only one. No, there's only 2 here. Neither of them's blue. Look, Helen.
Well, there were 3. There were, honestly. She's got rid of the other one.
That's quite true. Though it wasn't disposed of from any ulterior motive, I threw out that case with some other useless items a few days ago.
Which day, Miss Sharp?
I think last Saturday.
The day after I escaped.
It's all right, then. What happened to the suitcase, madam?
I burnt it.
But you didn't dispose of this old chair or those piles of newspapers.
Newspapers are useful for 101 things. The chair could be reupholstered. Look, do I have to account for every speck of dust in this room?
Is there anything else you want to see in here, Hallam?
No, that's fine, thank you. If it's not too much trouble, perhaps we might see the garage now. The description of the car is also very detailed.
Oh, I always have trouble with this door when it's been raining.
Let me, Marion.
The wood swells.
Ah, yes.
It's a very common make of car, Inspector. Old, but serviceable.
There's a slight dent in the rear bumper, I believe.
Yes, I was reversing impatiently after a bad game of golf.
And, there's a deep scratch on the offside rear passenger door. Ah, yes.
I've no idea how that got there.
Did Miss Kane mention the registration number in her statement?
Oh, I never saw that. But it was dark when they picked me up.
Then how did you know about the dent and the scratch?
Well, she told me. This woman kept on talking about her car. She's got a thing about
Inspector, this girl has made some accurate guesses.
More than guesses.
All right. She's displayed a certain knowledge. But can't you see, surely, if her story were true, there'd be nothing for you to see here. My mother and I would have destroyed these incriminating objects days ago. We'd have burned the camp bed and all the suitcases. We'd have put carpet on the stairs.
Miss Sharp, if I'd found your attic stripped bare, I'd be highly suspicious. As it is, there's nothing to distinguish it from 100 others. No, I mustn't detain you any longer. Very grateful for your cooperation. Good afternoon, Mr. Blair.
Good afternoon.
Come on,
Hallam.
Betty. We must get you home before your mother starts worrying again.
He treats that creature like a piece of precious china.
Don't place any significance on that. Hallam's a careful man. He goes by the book.
The whole thing's like a book. Oh, how did she find out so much about us? She walks in a total stranger and shatters everything.
Could she be friendly with anyone who knows you?
No, that's out of the question. Mother and I enjoy our own company. We don't bother to cultivate other people's.
You cultivated mine.
Ah, you're different. We like you.
Your mother wasn't shocked, was she, when she heard the girl's story?
My mother was brought up to believe that any display of emotion was ill-bred. I thought you didn't believe the girl's story.
I don't.
Then why have you asked that question about my mother?
A lot of questions are going to be asked about both of you.
You think the police will take this further? That there would be a criminal charge?
If the assault on the girl was serious...
If they found us guilty, what then?
I'm not sure. Between 6 months and 2 years imprisonment. I'll have to look it up.
Yes, do. There's quite a difference. Robert, I mustn't keep you. To spoil your dinner on top of all this would be unforgivable. At least, I'm sure that's how it would appear to your mother.
So that's why you were late for dinner. You were having a conducted tour of the franchise. Do they have dungeons and skeletons in their cupboards? The only thing that abortive house lacks is a moat. Excuse me. Pass the sugar, Bob.
Neville, since the day you went to teach at university, your table manners have degenerated. You were never allowed to behave like that as a child.
Don't nag, Mother. It's not every week I'm home. And it's not every week Brother Bob has such a sensational case dropped in his lap.
It is not a case yet.
But it has all the ingredients. A fabulous cause célèbre. Think of your reputation at the end of it. No square country solicitor image anymore. The TV courtroom defender, acquittal guaranteed. Oh, do pass that sugar. This rhubarb's choking me.
Oh, you exaggerate, dear. I like it sharp.
Ah, so we gather, does Bob? The persecuted Marion? Is she beautiful as well as persecuted, Bob?
Oh, shut up.
I couldn't call her beautiful. Distinctive, certainly.
Much more Bob's cup of tea. And now, what about the Kane girl? Is she telling the truth?
Oh, she must be, dear.
Why, Mother?
Well, how else could she have described the house so accurately, and the car? And the Sharps themselves.
Well, perhaps someone who knows the Sharps described them to Betty Kane.
No, Marion can't accept that.
Why not?
Because Marion Sharp and her mother are antisocial. They make a point of being mysterious and aloof.
But not depraved.
I hope not. But no one knows that, Robert. They've lived here for 6 months, but you're the only person they've ever asked inside the franchise.
Well, should I advise them to open their gates to the public at 2 and 6 a time?
Who exactly are the Sharps?
That's what we'd all like to know. They must have some money because Marion doesn't work.
No, that's not strictly true, Mother.
Oh, no, I remember the vicar told me. She works for charity, Oxfam, or Vietnam, or something like that. Really, Neville, your manners are appalling.
Mother, Marion and old Mrs. Sharp are heading for a lot of unpleasantness. Gossip isn't going to help them.
Well, I can hardly gossip, can I, dear, if you're dealing professionally with the case. Oh, don't be silly. You know you can trust me.
I wouldn't have breathed a word to you otherwise.
Do you trust me too, Bob?
Yeah, well, you'll be back at the university next week. There's not much harm you can do.
Harm? I'll have you know I'm a champion of people like Marion Sharp.
Oh, how chivalrous of you, dear. I thought you were more inclined to encourage girls like Betty Kane.
Well done, Mother.
University, after all, must be a hotbed for, what do they call them? Dolly girls? And you're very vulnerable, Neville, to girls of that type.
Vulnerable? Me?
People find that hard to recognize in themselves. Marion Sharp must be dazed by the discovery. She's so very self-sufficient. Robert, if that young girl wasn't locked in the attic at the franchise for a fortnight, and frankly, I don't see where else she could have been, where do you think she was?
With a man.
Well, that's obvious.
And easy to say.
Oh, yes, I know. It'll be the devil's own job to prove it. My one prayer at the moment is that the papers don't get hold of the story. If they publish Betty Kane's lies before we can contradict them, then life will be hell for Marion.
Betty! Hey, Betty, I want you.
Oh, Roger, what are you doing down here?
I want to talk to you.
Oh, not now. John's dancing.
Yeah, I know, but this is urgent.
Oh.
Sorry, Len. Won't keep her long.
Okay, mate.
Oh, put up, brothers. Honestly.
Come on, there's a chap upstairs I want you to see.
Who?
Well, he's a reporter.
Reporter? Oh, no.
Oh, yes. We're going to see those two bitches at the franchise get what they deserve.
The police will see to that.
The fuzz will do nothing. The lawyers will have fixed them.
No, they won't. That man Hallam saw my back. He saw the bruises where she hit me. He was furious, Roger. He won't let them get away with it.
Well, nor will the newspapers. The reporter wants to see your back.
Oh, no.
Look, Bet. You don't know how lucky you are. Those two women could have killed you. You might be buried in some grotty cellar by now. And they could easily do it again.
They wouldn't dare.
You don't know that. Now, come on, there's nothing to be scared of. Just tell the reporter what you told the police, okay?
Okay.
That's my girl. We'll make those two women sorry they ever laid a hand on you.
Good shot, Marion. Well done. Does one say good shot on a golf course? Sounds the right thing. Responses in sport are sadly deficient in variation. Have you noticed?
Never what nonsense you talk.
First impressions are utterly unreliable. When you've known me a few more hours, you'll realize I'm deeply profound.
I know you're a complete contrast to your brother. Robert would never call on a total stranger and invite her for a round of golf.
Ah, but you're not a stranger, Marion. Bob spends so much time talking about you, I feel I've known you all my life. Have you any idea of the transformation you've effected in my brother? He's always been solid and staid. No, I don't mean that unkindly.
I'd squash you if you did.
Bob needs someone to do his squashing for him. He has a bit of a time between Mother and me.
Here, stop chattering and play your shot. There are others behind us.
Oh, Colonel Lacey, God help us. Here, let's get out of here. Aren't you going to say good shot?
Did you notice the speed with which that ball disappeared? One clout and it soared into the sky and vanished. Betty Kane could have travelled a long way in a fortnight.
She could have been in Australia for all we know.
If she left the country, it should be easy to prove.
Not if she went as part of a man and wife team. Well, that's the most likely explanation, you know. Bob got a medical report on the girl, and your mother's guess was spot on. Betty Kane is a very modern young miss.
Then why isn't someone checking on her men friend?
What do you think Bob's doing right this minute? Don't underestimate my big brother.
Oh, I don't, Neville. I only hope he's not neglecting his other work on account of me and my mother.
Nothing would give him greater pleasure. After 15 years dealing with probate and property, a case of criminal assault is just what he needs. He's reveling in it. Well, no, not reveling. You know what I mean.
Yes, I know. And I'm grateful.
If it wasn't for you and Betty Kane, he'd be huddled in an armchair in the clubhouse over there, toying with a whiskey and soda and frowning into his newspaper. Instead of which, he's racing round Loughborough, hot on the scent of Betty Kane's Legion of Lovers.
Morning, Mr. Blair.
Hello, Inspector. Don't usually see you in the club on Friday.
Today's a bit different, I'm afraid. Can I get you another scotch? Looks as if you need it, sunk in that chair.
Not just now, thanks.
You're reading the record, I see. Good picture of the girl, isn't it?
Who gave them the story? Her family?
Well, whoever it was, I could drain them. Your people at the franchise seen it yet?
I doubt it. The record isn't the type of paper Mrs. Sharp would read.
I'd like to see her face when she gets acquainted with it. I'd advise you to tell them about this as soon as you can.
Oh?
There are some crimes the public won't stand for at any price. Anything involving children, for instance. And Betty Kane's little more than a child.
In this photo, she looks little less than an angel.
Exactly. It'll bring the poisoned pens and the anonymous phone callers out of their holes with a vengeance. Sharps are due for a lot of unpleasantness.
You think they deserve it, don't you?
Frankly, yes.
You accept the girl's story without question.
Oh, come now, Mr. Blair. I've questioned it from beginning to end. That was my job. I've checked every detail. There's nothing to say the girl is lying.
Only Miss Sharp and her mother?
I've done some checking on them, too. Did you know they lived in London before they came down here? Boarding house in Kensington. Lived there for 3 years before they were asked to leave.
Oh?
One of the other guests had a dog, which Miss Sharp took great exception to. One day, apparently, she beat the animal with a stick. Had to be destroyed.
I don't believe it.
Oh, perhaps you'd better ask her. You're coming across the car park. Oh, got your young brother with her, I see.
Hallam, would you have any objection if I made a few inquiries myself? I'm their solicitor, after all.
I'd have no objection, Mr. Blair. But you'd have no authority, remember?
No, I understand that.
Now, here's Jerry Carpenter. Might as well see him while I'm here.
This is Betty Kane, bruised, battered, taken from her home. Oh, sentimental muck.
Why, Rufus, you're the last person we expected to see. Neville said...
What are you doing with a rag like the record?
You'd better read it. Both of you.
Huh?
This is a photo of the franchise.
It doesn't say so.
It doesn't have to. Once seen, never forgotten.
Quite. They've been very careful. Marion, I'm afraid that as a result of this, there may be obscene phone calls of people...
Oh, no.
We'll get nowhere by grimacing and saying how awful. The first problem we've got to tackle is how did Betty Kane know about the franchise?
Well, she could have seen it from the top of a bus.
Now, don't be bloody silly.
I'm only trying to... What's biting you?
There are no buses running past the franchise. You know, the record may have done us a good turn by publishing the girl's photo. Someone may recognize it. Someone who saw her during that fortnight.
Yes, it's possible, but we can't rely on it. I want to find out about the girl herself, her friends, her school record, her character. I'm going to talk to her mother. She must know her better than anyone.
Now you're being naive.
Well, you've got to start somewhere. And then I'll see Kevin McDermott.
Who's he?
An old school chum.
He's an up-and-coming barrister with a shrewd Irish mind. He might have an original view of Betty Kane. But first, the mother.
Do sit down, Mr. Blair. You know my daughter, of course.
Good morning, Miss Kane.
Good morning.
You've been reading the record, I see.
It's not a newspaper I care for, but my son thinks it has its uses.
He was only trying to help,
He's
Mum.
old enough to have more sense.
Did you also think publicity would help, Miss Kane?
No, not really. There was nothing else I could do about it. Roger brought this reporter to the club. I had to talk to him.
He was persistent, was he?
We kept on and on. He was polite enough and pleasant.
Journalists are persistent by nature, just as my son is impetuous. Given time enough, though, he usually sees sense. In this case, there wasn't time. You must understand how he felt, Mr. Blair. His sister had been ill-treated, and he's very fond of her.
Of course.
I was angry with him myself at first, but... Oh, I'm sorry, this is quite irrelevant. It's Betty, not Roger you want to talk about.
Miss Kane, had you ever seen or heard of Miss Sharp and her mother before you were missing?
No, never.
You know mutual friends or acquaintances?
Not that I know of, no.
Do these people say otherwise?
No, on the contrary, they regard it as highly unlikely.
I shouldn't think they have many friends.
What makes you say that?
Am I right?
They're newcomers to the district.
People can sense things. I'm sure if I met them, I wouldn't like them.
But you're prejudiced.
Well, of course I am. But if I met them without knowing who they were, Oh, it's difficult to imagine women so depraved that they'd treat a helpless girl like that.
If you could meet them, Mrs. Kane, you'd find it quite impossible.
You don't believe me, do you? I could see you didn't the day we met in their house.
I don't know you, Miss Kane, but I do know the women you've accused.
Betty, go and start lunch, will you? Roger will be home any moment.
Right.
You don't mind, Mr. Blair?
No, not at all.
You think that medical report is highly significant, don't you? It's sad, certainly. And it was a shock to me when I found out. But the premature loss of virginity doesn't automatically make a girl a liar.
No, of course not.
You don't sound convinced. You don't know much about young girls, do you, Mr. Blair?
Absolutely nothing. They rather terrify me. What I really want, Mrs. Kane, is a general picture. It's difficult to ask specific questions.
Yes, it must be. I shouldn't like to be in your shoes. I can only tell you that Betty is like any average girl of her age group. She's difficult at times. She likes to enjoy herself. She's reasonably intelligent. I've got a wide experience of children, Mr. Blair. Before my marriage, I was a school teacher. Not a very good one. That's why I got married at the first opportunity. But unlike you, I know about young girls.
The night she came home, it was clear that she'd been savagely beaten.
Oh, if you could have seen her. There was blood on her face. Her back was a mass of bruises.
Were they fresh bruises?
Oh, yes, quite fresh. Some didn't begin to appear till the following day.
So the thrashing must have been administered shortly before her return.
It was administered, Mr. Blair. Her back and shoulders and, her little face. There was an inch-long cut on her right temple.
And then she told a complicated story.
On the contrary, it was a frighteningly simple one.
She describes the house in such detail. The women, the attic.
Oh, she was locked in that room for a fortnight, Mr. Blair. Of course she describes it in detail. She'll remember it for the rest of her life.
Mum, is lunch ready?
This is my son. Roger, this is... close the door, dear. This is Mr. Blair.
How do you do?
Oh, how'd you do?
Mr. Blair's the solicitor for the other side.
Oh, is he?
But we find ourselves in full agreement about the story in the record.
Well, it's a gotty paper, okay. But they'll see this isn't swept under the mat and forgotten. They'll keep the police on their toes.
Yes, that'll do. Mr. Blair is as shocked as we are by what happened.
Oh, Mum. If he was really shocked, he wouldn't be defending those perverted bitches.
Roger!
It's all right. I do sympathize with your point of view, Mr. Kane. But personally, I'd rather be beaten for a fortnight than have my photo on the front page of the record.
Oh, look. If somebody'd beaten you up, you'd do your best to get compensation. Well, Mum, if lunch isn't ready, I'll...
Go and ask Betty. She's getting it. I'm sorry. He's not usually so ill-mannered.
I'm sure he's not. Mrs. Kane, if it ever occurs to you that anything in Betty's story doesn't ring true, I hope you won't decide that sleeping dogs are best left alone.
Don't pin your faith to that, Mr. Blair.
But you wouldn't...
I mean that if I believed my daughter in the beginning, I'm not likely to doubt her later. And I do believe her. Absolutely.
Oh, all right, Mother. I'll deal with it.
Hello? Hello? Marion?
Oh, Robert, it's you.
I thought the line had gone dead.
No, it's my fault, Robert. I didn't answer. Mother and I find it's the best policy. 5 times this morning we've answered the phone, and each time we've been met with a stream of abuse. It was Mother's idea to say nothing. She says half-wits are intimidated by silence. Where are you, Robert?
Halfway to London. I'm going to see Kevin McDermott.
Hmm?
I thought you'd like to know that I've talked to Mrs. Kane.
The girl's mother. Was it worthwhile?
I didn't make any dramatic discoveries, I'm afraid. The girl was there, too. She was embarrassed, incidentally, by the press getting hold of the story, so whatever else she is, she's not malicious.
Not malicious? Well, how could you say that? If she hadn't told those lies in the first
Well, it was her brother's idea to tell the press.
She told the police, didn't she? She brought the police in. Robert, you're beginning to believe her, aren't you?
Of course not.
I can hear it in your voice. Something's worrying you. You better tell me, Robert.
Look...
Was it something Hallam said? You were talking to him in the clubhouse.
You're right, but we can't discuss it over the phone. I'll see you tonight when I get back from London. Hello? Marion?
Yes, all right. Tonight.
Goodbye, then.
The attentive Mr. Blair.
Attentive, but not so enthusiastic, I'm afraid. The police have made a discovery.
About us?
Yes. He didn't say what. He'll be more specific tonight.
Then you must make certain you dispel his doubts. Mr. Blair is valuable to us, Marion. You were right to cultivate him.
So that's the story, Kevin. And what do you think of it?
Oh, God love you, Bob. What a place to stop. You should be writing thrillers. I can't wait to hear the end.
But what's your opinion of the girl's story? The police are inclined to accept it.
Well, why shouldn't they? It's perfectly credible.
Credible?
Women who live alone have done insane things before now.
And angelic-looking schoolgirls have told fantastic lies.
Ah, now you know that much about young girls. I'm glad to hear it. Tell me we're getting married, Bob. We've all waited long enough.
Oh, Kevin, now be serious.
You wouldn't have your eye on Marion Sharp now, would you?
I'm her solicitor.
Now, you've always been meticulous, but would you take quite so much trouble over another woman?
I don't believe she did it.
She beat the dog, didn't she? Or so the police say. I'm surprised they've not applied for a warrant. In their place, I'd have risked it. Have another spot.
Oh, thanks, I will.
Perhaps they're thinking of a parallel case.
A parallel? When was this?
Pretty irreproachable girl told a similar story and led everyone up the garden. 1700 and something.
70? Oh, who on earth remembers that?
I do. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, the nature of alibis hasn't changed much in 200 years.
Oh, you think Betty Kane's story is an alibi?
If it isn't the truth, why else should she tell it?
Ah, so we have to find out exactly where she was during that fortnight. That's a hell of a job. Where do I start?
I wouldn't tackle it that way myself. Work on what you've got, Bob. Her statement.
But it's so accurate.
What's accurate? Her knowledge or her guesses?
Well, she could have guessed a lot, but not that the door to the kitchen was under the stairs.
Then she had knowledge. She knew what she was talking about. Bob, are you sure you can trust the Sharps?
I'd like you to see them for yourself.
An invitation. Splendid fellow. I'm always fascinated by strange and mysterious women. How about lunch tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow?
I don't think we'd better waste time. Let the police get one spot of corroboration of Betty Kane's story, and they'll have a warrant at the door of the franchise before you can say handcuffs.
They won't get any corroboration. How could they?
Well, it does happen, old man. Be prepared. Your wronged ladies may be witches, after all.
I know now how people must have felt years ago when they were accused of witchcraft. Ever since the story got out, the phone hasn't stopped ringing, the post is obscene. Oh, if I could have Betty Kane in my power, I'd gladly torture her for 12 months and then begin again on New Year's Day.
Marion, Mr. Blair has spent a lot of time on our behalf. He should be repaid with more than tantrums.
No, I know how Marion feels, how you both must feel. I only wish I could hold out some hope.
My daughter informs me that the police have made a discovery which is unfavorable to us.
That's quite true. It concerns a dog.
I see.
I'm told that when you lived in Kensington...
We lived in a no-star hotel with other impecunious women, one of whom was besotted by a stray dog, which she used to keep hidden in her room, as domestic pets were forbidden by the management. This animal, no doubt resenting its loss of freedom, one day escaped and found its way into my room, where it proceeded to create havoc. I caught it in the act and thrashed it. Look, I don't hate dogs.
Is it true that it had to be destroyed?
Quite true.
It was a sick animal when the woman found it.
Is it also true that you were asked to leave the hotel?
Certainly
No,
not.
it is not. We left of our own accord some weeks later when Mother inherited this place.
Mr. Blair...
You're shocked, aren't you, Robert?
It's not a pleasant story, is it?
I don't have a pleasant temper. I'm afraid you don't know me very well.
Is any of this relevant, Mr. Blair?
It could be made so. You must see that.
I see there's nothing we can say in our defense.
If the police do decide that they have a case, they bring it to court, then Kevin McDermott will find something to say. It's quite possible that we may find a clue at the scene.
The scene? Of what?
Well, that's the name of the club in Loughborough that Betty Kane visited the night she disappeared. She may have a particular attachment to a boy there.
Has a boy accused anyone of detaining him in an attic?
Girls like Betty Kane aren't interested in mere boys. They want sex, not romance.
Don't you think... What the devil's that noise? There are people in the drive.
Our public, by kind permission of the record. They were here this morning.
But they just walk in.
Without let or hindrance. They push open the gates and behave as though the place belonged to them.
What do they do?
They gawk, they stare, they nudge each other and point. We're at one with the monkeys in the zoo.
I'll soon put a stop to this.
Royalty is subjected to such behavior daily. I'm sure we can support it for a few months.
But it's intolerable. One of them scrabbling in the drive. And he seems to have dropped something.
Come away from the window, Robert.
Look out! The blasted little idiot. I saw him.
Don't go out there. It'll make things even uglier. Look, they've taken fright now. See, they're going.
I agree with you, Mr. Blair. This has become intolerable. At my time of life, I'm unable to cope with drafts.
I'll have the pane replaced as soon as possible. I'll have a word with Hallam, too, see if he can spare a man to patrol the grounds.
You're very kind, Mr. Blair. Without you, I can't imagine what would become of us.
Robert, you're not going out.
Yeah, I'm going up to the franchise, Mother. One of their windows was smashed today by hooligans.
But you can't repair windows, dear. Why not ring up Johnson?
He's too busy, so he says.
Well, Neville, then. He's much more manually inclined than you.
Mother, there's nothing complicated about replacing a window pane.
Your father always claimed it was a delicate proceeding.
Delicate it may be, but it's simple enough if you know what you're doing.
Robert, dear, do you know what you're doing? Is it advisable for a man in your position to take such an active role? You're a solicitor, dear, not a detective.
There are too many people prepared to let Marion and her mother stew in their own juice.
And what are you looking for, dear?
There was a putty knife in this drawer.
Was there? Then it must still be there. That publication, the record, hasn't been at all well received. Such a sensational story. Oh, it gives the town a bad name.
It didn't exactly make the Sharps more popular.
Oh, the vicar's wife insists on being Christian about it, but I think that's the wrong point of view.
Mother.
Well, Christianity is too often equated with feebleness. It isn't possible to reserve one's judgment indefinitely. Neville, dear, if you slam that door again, your brother will have to replace our windows, too.
Oh, sorry, Mother. What are you doing in the kitchen?
Robert is going to the franchise, but he's mislaid the butter knife.
The putty knife, Mother.
Oh, I've got that. I've just come from Marion's. I've put a new pane of glass in the front window.
You've done what?
I think you might have done something about those louts this afternoon, Bob. They could have smashed up the entire place.
Well, I suppose you'd have fought the entire lot single-handed.
Robert, this has gone far enough. You are not to involve yourself in violence.
And what do you mean by barging in there this morning and asking her to play golf?
You drowsed my curiosity.
Damn bad manners on your part, I think.
Robert.
Is it jealousy on yours? She's a very attractive woman. Oh, I'm too young for her, unfortunately, but you...
Neville, how can you talk such nonsense?
Enough said. Oh, just one thing. She sent you a message. When you and Kevin go to lunch tomorrow, will you take Betty Kane's statement with you?
What for?
She wouldn't say, but she was very insistent, so don't forget or you'll be out of favor. Mother, is there anything to eat? I'd no idea repairing windows could make you so hungry.
Milk and sugar, Mr. McDermott.
Both, please. And thank you for an excellent lunch. I'm still astounded by the discovery of a Montrachet in this part of the world.
Kevin regards anywhere south of the Chelsea embankment as Philistine country.
I was brought up to appreciate good wine. My husband kept a reputable cellar, though his palate wasn't nearly as good as mine. But my brother at Lessways had an excellent palate and a cellar to match.
Lessways? You're never Charlie Meredith's sister.
I am.
This is remarkable. The first pony I ever had came out of Lessways.
Are you a lover of horses, Robert?
No more than an admirer. What do the experts tip for hunting tomorrow?
Wait for no one.
Rubbish. None of that Hippocras blood was any good when it came to a fight. They were lucky even to finish.
You speak with authority, Mrs. Sharp.
Do you think I rested every afternoon with my Bible, Mr. Blair? Far from it. I take the racing page of the daily paper. That also can be very improving. You'd be well advised, Mr. McDermott, to save your money on Wait for No One. Put it on Kominsky.
Kominsky? Oh, but it's at 60s.
You may, of course, prefer to lose your money at a shorter price. More coffee?
Thank you.
Marion? Do you notice any change in my daughter, Mr. Blair?
Oh, Mother.
Change? Oh, why, no.
Indeed, I thought you knew her better. Her composure is ruffled. Her sense of excitement is ill-suppressed.
And is it any wonder after what we've been through?
You found some flaw in Betty Kane's statement?
You'd better share the secret.
We've every intention of doing so. I insisted that we should wait until lunch was over before making you climb the stairs to the attic.
The attic?
It's essential to be there when you read the statement. Otherwise, the significance of the girl's words is lost.
And at no cost can we allow that. You know, this discovery has quite rejuvenated me. The attic stairs have always proved too much for me. But now, for the second time in 24 hours, I'm more than prepared to tackle them. This way, Mr. McDermott.
Now, Robert, give me the copy of the statement, and you and Mr. McDermott look out the window and listen.
Here you are.
Now, where is it? Stairs, no carpet. Here. She's just described the attic and its contents, and she goes on. In one wall, there was a small round window facing the road. I could see the driveway running from the front door, curving round a little pond that had dried up, and going on to the iron gate. You see?
My Lord, yes.
At last, there's the proof that she was lying. From this window, it's impossible to see the pond. The sloping roof cuts straight across the line of vision.
That's quite a clanger.
What the Americans might call a humdinger.
It was sheer chance that I came up here last night. You just left, Robert, and Neville hadn't arrived. The sun was going down, and I could hear Betty Kane's allegations in my head. I could hear Hallam reading them as I looked round the attic and saw the view from the window.
We never realized at the time.
Why should we have? When Hallam read the statement downstairs, naturally we accepted it. It was an accurate description of the driveway as we know it, as it is from any of the lower windows, but not from here.
She came in darkness and she fled in darkness. In the whole fortnight, she was never out of the house.
She was never out of this room.
Or, as I prefer, she was never in this room. This may not be proof in legal terms, but it must throw the greatest doubt on the girl's story.
I'm glad you see that, Mrs. Shaw, for with counsel's help, she could still wriggle clear.
But need it ever come to that now?
Perhaps not. We've no idea where the girl was that fortnight, but we can cast a reasonable doubt on the suggestion that she was here. I think the gods might be lining up on your side at last.
So sorry to bother you again, Mrs. Kane.
Well, it's no bother, Inspector. Did you want to see my daughter?
Is she in?
I'm expecting her any moment. Do sit down.
Thank you.
The doctor says she can go back to school next week. I'm hoping that when she does, she can forget this whole business.
I'm afraid she won't be able to do that just yet. She'll have to give evidence in court.
Well, then you're charging those two women.
Do you think we shouldn't?
On the contrary, they're dangerous. But I thought it was a question of Betty's word against theirs. You couldn't prove anything.
We couldn't. But the position's changed. That's why I...
Oh, here she is. Betty? Yes, Ma'am? Come in a minute, darling. Inspector Hallam's here.
Hello, Betty.
Hello. Do you want to ask me some more questions?
No, you've already told us everything we need to know.
Well, the solicitor was here the other day. Did you tell him, Mum? He didn't believe me.
Oh, Mr. Blair, you mean? It's difficult for him. He has to defend the women. But he'll have to believe you now. A woman has come forward to substantiate your story.
You mean she saw me in the house?
No,
She couldn't have. No one came up to the attic except the Sharps.
not saw you. Heard you. You were beating on the door and yelling for help.
When was this?
May the 5th, 3 days after your daughter was abducted.
But why didn't she say anything at the time?
And she's not a very bright young woman. The Sharps employed her as a casual help. But on the afternoon of May the 5th, they sacked her.
Because she heard Betty shouting. That was rather foolish, surely.
And it was a risk they had to take. They minimized it as best they could. Gave the girl money. Told her to say nothing.
Girl must be a moron.
Well, as I said, she isn't very bright. And the women at the franchise frightened her.
What's her name?
Mrs. Glynn.
Mrs.?
She got married on the 8th of May. She's had other things to think about, you see.
What finally reminded her? Oh.
Exactly. She read the story in the record.
That'll please Roger.
Yes, I owe your brother an apology. I thought he'd made things doubly difficult for everyone. But without the publicity, we wouldn't have got Mrs. Glynn's evidence. And without that, there'd be no case. The Sharps would have got away with it. And it's going to be my pleasure to tell them that they haven't. Try the bell again, Mr. Blair. Maybe they didn't hear it. Car's still in the garage, so they must be in.
They're not the type to run away, Hallam.
Oh, that hadn't crossed my mind, sir. If they'd been that foolish, my man on the gate would have spotted them. Effective deterrent, isn't he? No more broken windows since he's been on the scene. I think I hear someone.
Why, Robert, how nice. Do come in. Oh, good morning, Inspector.
Morning, Miss Sharp. I'm sorry to disturb you.
I'm sorry I kept you waiting. We're in the kitchen. It's not easy to hear the bell. Won't you come in?
Thank you.
Has there been some new development?
I think it would be easier for you if you fetched your mother, Miss Sharp, and I told you both at the same time.
Yes, of course. If you'd like to wait here.
Thank you.
Marion.
Oh, here she is.
Only two kind of people arrive in noiseless cars, millionaires and policemen, since we have no acquaintances among the former. and an ever-widening acquaintance with the latter, I deduced that there were policemen again in my drawing room.
I'm afraid I'm even less welcome than before, Mrs. Sharp. I'm here to serve summonses on you and your daughter.
You mean you're charging us with this thing?
You're being summoned to appear...
But why? There's no evidence.
The police think they've found corroborative evidence.
May one inquire its precise nature?
I think the best plan would be for Inspector Hallam to serve you both with the summonses, and then we can discuss the situation as it stands.
You mean we have to accept these things? We have to appear in a public court to answer...
I'm
to
afraid
be accused of a thing like that?
there's no alternative, Mariam.
I'll see myself out.
What is this evidence they think they have?
Oh, they have it, all right. There's no mistake about that.
The window. Did you tell Hallam about the view from the window?
Kevin told you not to put too much faith in that.
We did, but it was all we had. This evidence, Mr. Blair...
When you came to the franchise 6 months ago, you employed a girl to clean the house.
Oh, we've done better to scrub the floor ourselves. The girl was not only sullen and incompetent, she was a thief.
Are you sure of that?
Nobody else could have been responsible. They were only petty thefts, small sums of money, a scarf she liked the look of. But then one day she stole the watch my father gave me.
Oh.
Yes, you remember. I nearly told you about it the day this all began. Well, that was the last straw. The next time she came, I sacked her before she got her coat off.
But you didn't report the thefts. You didn't prosecute.
Oh, there didn't seem any point.
No point? Your property could have been recovered.
Possibly. I didn't really want it. I couldn't feel the same about my watch after Shirley Reese had worn it. You find that hard to believe? Well, it's what I feel. She was a thoroughly odious girl.
How did she react when you dismissed her?
She got very pink and flounced a bit.
She grew beetroot red and bridled like a turkey cock. Why do you ask?
Because she will say under oath that when she was working here, she heard screams coming from the attic.
Isn't it a little late in the day to tell that story?
She might have told it before, but she was frightened.
Of us?
So she says. She had other things on her mind. A few days after she left here, she got married. Shirley Reese is now Shirley Glynn.
This is a bit of a facer.
A copper-bottomed facer, I'm afraid.
A facer for you too, Mr. Blair. You're now confronted by the possibility that we have been lying.
I rejected that possibility at the beginning, Mrs. Sharp, and I see no reason to change my mind now.
That's loyal of you, Robert. But you're in a minority of two.
Two?
I'm sure we can still count on Neville's support.
Oh, yes.
On reading this summons, I see that we're required to attend court on Monday. That gives us 3 days' grace. Can we find a complete answer in that space of time?
Not without divine intervention. For a complete answer, we need to know where Betty Kane was during that fortnight. We need to know it and prove it.
She was with a man.
So we assume. But what man?
Oh, someone must know.
Kevin suggests we employ an inquiry agent. It'll take time, of course. Not even they can work miracles. And we can say nothing in court on Monday.
You mean offer no defense?
There's none to offer, my dear. But before the professionals take over, there is one last line of inquiry I want to follow.
Hmm?
I'm going to Bognor Regis tomorrow morning.
Whatever for?
That's where Shirley Glynn and her new husband live. I want to get the story from her first hand.
Can I help you?
2 ounces of tobacco, please, and a box of matches. Any morning papers left?
Not unless there's any in the rack.
Oh, no. I wanted a copy of the Record. See if there's any further news about that kidnapping in Loughborough.
Did you read that?
Yes.
Dead grotty that house was. I used to work there once. Those 2 women put the fear of God into you.
You're Mrs. Glynn, aren't you?
That's right. Do you want to see Tony?
Tony?
My husband.
Ah.
He won the amateur lightweight boxing last night. I thought someone would be round from the paper this morning.
No, it's you I came to see, Mrs. Glynn.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, what? Because I used to work at that house. The franchise.
That's right.
Oh, the things I could tell you about those 2 women. I don't know which was worst. Here, you haven't seen them, have you?
Once or twice.
Right, vicious looking, aren't they? The old one's a bit batty, but the other one, the daughter, dead kinky bitch she is. Betty was lucky to get out of there alive.
You heard her screaming once, didn't you?
That's why I got the sack. I heard this thumping and yelling, you see, and when I went to see what was up, the daughter came down the stairs and grabbed hold of my arm, twisted it right behind my back, she did, damn near broke it. Get out of here, she said, and don't come back.
Why didn't you tell anyone?
Oh, that's easy to say, that is. Bloody nightmares those women gave me. If you'd known them like I did, you... Here, do you want my photo? If you're going to print what I tell you, well, I've got all the wedding ones of me and Tone. They're much more like me than the one you had in the paper of Betty.
You didn't think that was a good likeness?
I must have been taken years ago. She looked like a little kid.
When did you know Betty Kane?
Down the club, the scene in Loughborough. Well, I didn't know her that well. She wasn't a mate or nothing. But I knew her. Everyone knew her.
I'd like to get a story from her boyfriend. Did you know his address?
Don't even know who he is. Well, you might try Ken Bates. She was going with him for a bit. He was lucky there and all.
How lucky?
Well, I was going with Ken Bates 2 years back, and I got Jason to show for it.
Jason?
My little boy.
Oh.
Well, I had to put him with foster parents, but, well, now I'm married, I'm going to get him back.
Was Betty always, lucky with her boyfriends?
Don't ask me. I told you I hardly knew her that well. She was a bit keen on a bloke called Ricky, I do know that.
Ricky?
Don't know his other name.
Oh. You never met him?
No. All I know is she got this thing about him. Oh, she'd handle it. Bet can look after herself.
Can she?
Well, not at the franchise she couldn't, but that was different, wasn't it? I couldn't go back in that house, not for £1 million. Bad enough working here for Tone's old man, but at least he's human, not like those two women. Yes, shall I see you at the court on Monday? I can bring your photo. If you don't want the wedding one, there's one of me feeding Jason. Tone took it. Oh, it's only amateur, but it's a lovely picture.
Thank you very much. Yes, on Monday. Then.
Right, see you. Yes, dear, can I help you?
Phew. Now I know why young girls terrify me.
You're very pensive, Robert, dear. Are you worried about the assizes next week?
Frankly, Mother, I'm scared stiff.
But I thought everything was going so well. Why, you were quite elated just before Neville went back to university.
Yes, that was 3 weeks ago, and we were in sight of success. We'd found a flaw in Betty Kane's statement, and we'd established a connection between her and Shirley Glynn.
A tenuous connection, you called it.
We were on the right road. No, I can't believe that Marion and her mother are guilty of this thing. I just can't. But if Kevin's inquiry agent doesn't come up with something soon, they're done for. It'll mean prison for both of them.
Oh, dear.
Now, don't start sympathizing, Mother. You believe they're guilty.
No, dear. No, I just don't care for them. They make me feel uncomfortable. But that doesn't mean I don't understand or sympathize.
You've always maintained the girl was telling the truth.
Well, that was before the preliminary hearing at the magistrate's court, before they were committed.
But you weren't at the hearing.
Oh, no, dear. But Colonel Lacey was, and he didn't like the girl at all. He said he'd once had what are those people called? A lance corporal in his regiment who was exactly like Betty Kane. An injured innocent, he said this boy was, who caused more trouble than the rest of the men put together. He finished up in the greenhouse, Colonel Lacey said.
It's the glass house, Mother.
Yes, dear. And as for the Glynn girl, he said one glance at her and you automatically began to calculate the number of lies there would be per sentence. So you see, dear, I do understand.
I know you do, Mother.
And I shall redouble my prayers for your success. I was going to the Smeatons' garden party tomorrow, but I think I shall go to church instead. I think it's going to rain in any case. The forecast says so. And it always does rain at the Smeatons' garden party, the poor things.
It's pouring, Dan. Just as well we didn't play golf this afternoon.
It's just as well my mother didn't go to the garden party.
Why was that, Mr. Blair? I hope she's not ill.
No, she thought it more important to help us.
Oh.
She's praying for a miracle.
I appreciate that.
I could almost join her.
You're both taking this extremely well. 3 weeks ago, there was every reason to be confident, and now...
Oh, ranting and raving have never achieved anything worthwhile. If that kind of behavior could help trace this man, then we would both be cavorting along the high street in the nude.
I really doubt his existence now, after all the publicity the case has received.
He may be frightened to come forward. He may have a wife and family.
And a conscience? Has he got a conscience, Robert, this myth that you envisage? Could he let my mother and me go to prison?
I'm afraid he could, if he's the same caliber as Betty Kane.
He could have gone abroad.
And he could be dead. Might as well be dead.
I never thought of that.
I think the most likely explanation is that he knows all about the case, but that the name of Betty Kane means nothing to him. That type of young woman would derive additional excitement from living under an assumed name. It would also, of course, help to cover her tracks, a fact of which she would not be insensible. She'd call herself, Tracy, I should think. Or even Sharon.
We could theorize all day.
Robert, you didn't tell us Neville was home.
He isn't. Next Tuesday, I think.
That's his car in the drive.
What?
I'll let him in.
What's he doing here?
Your brother is an unpredictable young man, Mr. Blair. He's also considerate to visit us as soon as he was home.
He's very concerned for you both.
Oh, his concern, together with his unpredictability, has always been apparent.
It is nice to see you again, Neville. Come along here.
Now, this is a meaningless adjective for you. You could have chosen marvellous or delightful or even thrilling. Good afternoon, Mrs.
Good
Sharp.
afternoon.
Bob, I've been looking for you.
Would you like some tea?
Champagne is more appropriate.
What?
4 glasses.
Neville.
We're celebrating an urgent phone call from Kevin McDermott.
Kevin phoned you?
Yes, he couldn't find you. Rang your office, no one knew where you were, no one at home. In desperation, he rang me, and, of course, I put 2 and 2 together. Thanks, Marion. You're losing your grip at the office, Bob. Fancy not leaving this phone number. Shy about it, eh?
What did Kevin want?
He sent you all a message. Very brief, with his love. They've got him.
What?
Hey, quick, the glasses.
Got him? The man?
Yes, the runaway Romeo, the man they've been combing Britain for. Only he wasn't in Britain, he was in Denmark. And he hadn't run away, he was doing business for his firm.
Neville, be serious. Is that true?
How can I be serious? Isn't this the moment we've all been waiting for? Rejoice, and raise your glasses. Confusion to Betty Kane.
Oh, I think that.
Miss Kane, you say that it was dark when you arrived at the franchise. Was it really so dark?
Yes, absolutely dark.
Too dark to see the outside of the house?
Yes, it was nearly midnight.
But it wasn't midnight when you escaped from the house 12 days later.
Oh, no, it was about 10.
10 o'clock at night?
Yes.
And there was no moon?
Oh, it was cloudy. You couldn't see the moon.
So again, it was very dark.
Yes.
On neither of these occasions, therefore, could you see the exterior of the house with any clarity?
No, it wasn't possible.
No. Well, having settled that point, let us now consider the window, the small round window in the attic. You said in your statement to the police that the driveway ran from the front door to the main road, I quote, curving round a little pond that had dried up and going on to the iron gates, which looked a bit rusty. How were you able to describe the pond so accurately, Miss Kane?
How? Well, I saw it.
But you've just told the court that it was too dark to see anything.
But that was at night. I saw the pond quite clearly from the window in the daytime.
Are you asking the court to believe that you see on a plane different from other people? On the same principle, perhaps, as the Irishman's gun that shoots round corners? From the window in the attic, Miss Kane, you can only see the straight part of the drive. The pond is obscured by an overhanging roof.
I take it, Mr. McDermott, that you have a witness to the extent of the view from the window.
2, my lord.
One with normal vision will be sufficient.
So, Miss Kane, you cannot explain how, when making your statement for the police, you described a peculiarity which you could not possibly have known about if your story was true. Are you a member of a club in Loughborough called The Scene?
Yes.
This is an establishment which caters exclusively for the younger generation, for your generation, isn't that so? A club with a membership running into hundreds.
Oh, I don't know how many.
But it's always well attended.
Oh, yes, it's packed every night.
Every night? You patronize the club as often as that?
Yes, there's not much else to do in Loughborough.
Then the clientele must be well known to you. Have you ever met there a girl named Shirley Reese?
Once or twice.
Once or twice. You were not then particularly friendly with her?
No, I just knew her to speak to.
Did she tell you how she earned her living?
I haven't seen her for a long time.
That's not what I asked you, Miss Kane.
She may have told me, but I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Shirley Reese was employed as a part-time cleaner. Now, you were a bright girl preparing for your A-levels. What was it about Miss Reese's occupation that fascinated you?
Nothing. I didn't know.
The witness has said that she can't recall the conversation, Mr. McDermott.
Yes, my lord, I'm simply trying to jog her memory. Among the many friends you have at this club, Miss Kane, is there a man called Uriki?
Don't think so.
Think harder, Miss Kane. The man I have in mind is not a teenager, but he is often in the club on business. Richard Chadwick. Do you know him now?
Oh, I've heard of him.
More than that, surely. I am told that your friendship has been intimate.
No. I don't think I'd even recognize him.
Thank you, Miss Kane.
You'd like to re-examine Mr. Ellison?
Thank you, my lord. Miss Kane, you arrived at the franchise by car.
Yes.
And that car, you say in your statement, was driven up to the door of the house. As it was dark, there must have been sidelights on the car, if not headlights. So the driveway would have been illuminated.
Yes, of course. That's when I saw the dried-up pond when we arrived. I knew I'd seen it.
Thank you, Miss Kane.
I told you Alison would spring her out of that trap.
Let her enjoy her triumph while she can. She's no idea what's coming to her.
You see what's coming to us? A repulsive Mrs. Glynn, May Reese.
Oh, yeah.
His lordship's nose is wrinkling in distaste.
Mrs. Glynn, for some months before your recent marriage, you were employed at the franchise in a domestic capacity.
I went sometimes, casual labour-like.
On the last occasion, the date I believe was May the 5th, you say you heard screams coming from the region of the attic.
That's right. Loud screams, one after another. Blood-curdling they was.
What did you do when you heard those screams?
I come over queer. I had to sit down.
I'm sure that was a natural reaction, but when it passed, did you attempt to investigate?
Oh, yes, of course I did.
Please tell the court what action you took.
Well, I was in the kitchen when the first one come. I felt sort of numb all over. Then there was another and a lot of banging, like someone was locked in and trying to get out. I ran out into the hall and started up the stairs. I thought like one of the women must have hurt themselves. I was halfway up the stairs when Mrs. Sharp came out of the front room and said, what was I doing? Why hadn't I gone home?
And what did you reply?
I said, didn't you hear that screaming? There's someone hurt. She said I was imagining things, and just then the daughter come. She got hold of my arm and twisted it. Really hurt me, she did.
Miss Sharp deliberately assaulted you?
Of course she did. Nearly broke me arm.
Did she say anything to you?
Told me to get out of the house and never come there again. I didn't need no telling. I wouldn't have gone there again for £1 million.
You left the house immediately. The two women said nothing more?
Not to me, they didn't. But I heard Mrs. Sharp say something to her daughter when they thought I was back in the kitchen.
What was it you overheard Mrs. Sharp say?
She said, you want to control yourself, Marion. Try and be more careful in future.
So you went home and never heard from the Sharps again?
I heard from them. Next day, they sent me a letter saying they didn't want me no more, but thanks for all I'd done, and put in £10 in the envelope.
Did they owe you that money?
£3 they owed me. They said the rest was a present, out of gratitude, the letter said.
I'm sure my learned friend is especially anxious to know why you didn't mention the incident of the screams to anyone when you were safely out of the house. Will you tell us why that was, Mrs. Glynn?
Well, I was scared. I was always scared of those women. Queer things went on in that house, and I didn't want to get tied up in anything. Well, then getting married and everything, I forgot about it. Wasn't till I saw the bit in the papers about Betty being locked up in the franchise, and I put two and two together.
And you conquered your fear and told the police your story. Well, that was very public-spirited of you, Mrs. Glynn. Thank you.
Mrs. Glynn, my learned friend has praised your public spirit. Is that really what inspired your coming here today?
I came because it was my duty.
Your duty to whom? Society or yourself? You have regaled the court with a melodrama of screams and bribery and assault, but you have ended unconvincingly with an anti-climax. When this afternoon of terror was over, you did precisely nothing.
No.
You did nothing, Mrs. Glynn, to help that poor imprisoned creature in the attic at the franchise. For nearly 3 weeks, you kept the entire incident to yourself. Do you consider that you did your duty in that instant?
I told you I was scared, and I didn't think anyone would believe me.
Commendably shrewd of you. Mrs. and Miss Sharp have a very different explanation of why you did not return to the house again. They claim, Mrs. Glynn, that you were dismissed for stealing.
Well, they'd have to say something, wouldn't they?
Indeed they would. And it is for the jury to decide which of the two stories is the more credible. Miss Marion Sharp alleges that you stole a wristwatch belonging to
She's
her.
lying. I never...
The theft of that watch was the latest in a series of petty thefts which occurred during your period of employment at the franchise. When that employment was terminated, you were uncertain, were you not, whether you might be prosecuted by Miss Sharp.
I never stole nothing. They're lying.
You were frightened of the women at the franchise. It was in their power to send you to prison for a long time.
Mr. MacDermot, as you've already observed, an element of melodrama has been introduced to this case. Regrettably, I am forced to the conclusion that you are not averse to this.
I assure you, my lord, I find it deplorable, but I am anxious that the witness should fully understand me.
Yes, we all want to understand you, Mr. MacDermot. I am experiencing no difficulty on that score.
Thank you, my lord. Mrs. Glynn, I suggest that when a daily newspaper undertook the publication of Betty Kane's story, you saw it as a golden opportunity. Here was your chance to discredit the Sharps before they could complain about you.
I've told you the truth.
You realize, don't you, that if it is proved in this court that Betty Kane was not locked in that attic, then you are telling a blatant lie. Now, before your marriage, Mrs. Glynn, you were in the habit of visiting a club called The Scene. Among the people that you knew there was a girl called Betty Kane. Did you ever tell her that you worked at the franchise?
Yes.
You did. You described the house in detail?
Well, yes.
You told her about the two women and their car and how they lived alone and had no friends?
No harm in telling people.
But why tell such a detailed story? Why be so specific about the rusty clasps on the old blue suitcase, or the crack in the attic window, or the scratch on the car door? Why, Mrs. Glynn?
She was interested. She asked me.
Betty Kane asked you?
Yes.
You're sure of that? This is the truth now, isn't it? She asked you.
Of course she did. I'm good at describing things.
I should say you were unbelievably thorough. Thank you, Mrs. Glynn.
I must say, Mother, Kevin's making the most of it. That ghastly little cretin can't see what she's let herself in for. I bet her pal Betty Kane could murder her.
Oh, it's all very unpleasant, Neville. When do you think they'll adjourn for lunch, dear?
Oh, any minute now. They'll keep Richard Chadwick till this afternoon. He can be relied on to stop anyone snatching a postprandial nap.
You are Bernard Richard Chadwick, and you're a commercial traveler in household appliances. Is that right?
Quite right, sir, yes.
You travel extensively for your firm.
All over the place, yes. Abroad, too, quite often.
You make fairly frequent business calls at a club in Loughborough, The Scene.
Yeah, every month. They're a very good customer.
Did you ever meet, on those premises, a girl called Betty Kane?
Well, I know who you mean, sir, but...
You know her perhaps under another name?
Natalie, she introduced herself as.
She introduced herself to you?
Yes.
Did that surprise you?
Well, not surprise me exactly. I was on my guard, though.
Now, why was that, Mr. Chadwick?
Well, I had a feeling she was the type to get a bloke into trouble, sir.
How old did you assume this young lady to be?
She told me she was 22.
And did you believe her?
Well, I thought it likely.
Mr. Chadwick, you strike me as a man of some experience in these matters. Did you really believe the girl was 22?
Oh, she could have been anywhere between 20 and 25, my lord. She looked much older then than what she does now. Well, she kept on about it being her 22nd birthday. She got me to buy her a lipstick to celebrate.
Nothing more than a lipstick? You got up lightly, Mr. Chadwick.
How long have you known Betty Kane?
We've been out a couple of times in my car.
A couple of times? Before May the 2nd?
No more than that.
So it was no more than a casual friendship?
That's right.
But on May the 2nd, it began to develop. Tell us what happened that day, Mr. Chadwick.
Well, I called in at the club as usual and saw the manager. We did a bit of business. And as I was leaving, I met Nat, Betty Kane, coming in. She told me it was her birthday the day before, and will I take her out to lunch?
So you did?
Yes, I did. I didn't see no harm in it.
How could you? What did you talk about over lunch?
Holidays. Well, she said she was ready for one, and I told her I was all set to have mine. I was going to spend a bit of time on my boat before going off to a conference in Copenhagen.
You told Betty Kane that?
That's right.
You told her the date of the conference and its location?
Yeah.
Go on, Mr. Chadwick.
Well, she said she was as free as I was, and wouldn't it be fun if we went down to the boat together? Well, I mean, nobody in their right mind would have passed that up, would they?
Didn't it occur to you that the girl's family might be concerned about her?
She said she hadn't got a family. She lived in digs in Loughborough with another girl.
So, being in what you considered your right mind, you drove her to your boat, which was harboured near Chichester, and you stayed there together for a fortnight.
Nearly a fortnight, yeah.
And in all that time, Betty Kane never once mentioned that she ought to be going home.
Oh, not her. She knew when she was onto a good thing.
But she learnt that all good things come to an end.
Well, they do, don't they?
And how did the idyll at Chichester finally disintegrate?
Eh? Oh, it was on the Thursday of the second week. An urgent bit of business came up and I had to go up to Sheffield. I told Nat I'll be back sometime on a Saturday and took off. Well, as it was, the business didn't take long, and I got back to the boat late on the Friday night.
And what did you find on your return?
Blimey, what didn't I find? She'd only grabbed a chance to invite somebody in to keep her company.
Another man?
Well, she ain't the sort to give ladies tea parties. It was a man, all right.
What was your reaction, Mr. Chadwick, to this unexpected welcome?
Well, I put a bloke off me boat double quick. Then I told her what I thought of her.
And just how did you express yourself?
I thumped her.
You hit the girl?
Well, she'd been taking advantage, my lord. Done her a pound of good if somebody had thumped her before.
Yes, well, just confine yourself to your story, Mr. Chadwick.
Well, like I said, sir, I hit her. And she went down on the floor and started screaming. Well, I picked her up and hit her again.
With your fist?
Well, with my open hand at first. But when she started going spell and kicking me, I took a stick to her. Well, she got me dead riled, honest. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. Well, next thing she passed out. I went to get some water to bring her round, but when I got back, she'd gone. She'd just been play acting. I chased after her, but I couldn't find her. Even took the car up to the main road, but there was no sign of her. She'd gone for good.
And you never saw her again?
Not till just now, no.
Mr. Chadwick, this case has been the subject of much newspaper comment in the past weeks. Did it never cross your mind that the girl who claimed to have been a prisoner in the franchise and the young woman who stayed with you on your boat might be one and the same?
Look, I haven't seen a paper for weeks. Well, like I told you, I've been at this conference in Copenhagen, and I stayed on there doing business. I didn't get back here till 5 days ago.
Mr. Chadwick, will you look at Betty Kane? That is the girl who has given evidence today that she was forcibly detained in a house called the Franchise for a period of 12 days. Do you still say that she is, in fact, the girl who picked you up in a club and lived with you of her own free will on a boat near Chichester for that same period of time?
That's her, all right. No doubt of it.
No doubt at all, Mr. Chadwick?
Not a shadow of doubt, sir. That's the girl.
Oh, champagne. Never was extravagant.
It gives me enormous pleasure to drink to the downfall of that unspeakable creature. Both those unspeakable creatures.
Their downfall isn't quite complete. Hallam assures me that they'll both face charges of perjury.
That gives me enormous satisfaction. I shall drink a toast to Mr. Chadwick. He has my undying gratitude for thrashing that girl.
Mrs. Sharp, I've not had a chance to thank you yet.
You thank me, Mr. McDermott? Whatever for?
Kominsky, your tip for the race at Hampton.
Oh.
It won by a length and a half on a tight rein.
I'm delighted to hear it. We also came in on a tight rein, I feel, but with a far less generous margin.
You look a little pale, Marion.
It's the reaction I expect. Let's walk down the drive, Robert. It'll reassure me that I'm a free woman again.
Well, there'll still be people peering through those gates.
Let them. Today I feel like royalty. I may even wave to them.
Marion, my darling, now this is over, I want you to marry me.
Robert, dear, have you really thought about this? Even the proof that I didn't beat Betty Kane doesn't free me from being the woman in the case. It wouldn't do you any good in your position.
That's for me to decide.
Well, there are practical problems, too. Mothers, for instance. We can't just park them as though they weren't needed anymore. And don't forget my temper.
I said no excuses. Perhaps I'm rushing you. I'll ask you again tomorrow. Will you play golf with me in the morning?
If I lose, I shall be bad-tempered.
Then I shall see that you win. May I hope till tomorrow?
Of course. You can always hope. That's something I've learned these past weeks. Call for me in the morning, Robert. I'll be waiting.
In The Franchise Affair, adapted by John Hyatt from the novel by Josephine Tay, Robert Blair was played by John Justin, Marion Sharp by Maddie Head, and Betty Kane by Joe Manning Wilson. Mrs. Sharp, Griselda Harvey; Mrs. Kane, Margot Boyd; Roger Kane, Nicholas Edmet; Inspector Hallam, Malcolm Hayes; Neville Blair, Frank Duncan; Mrs. Blair, Dorothy Lane; Kevin McDermott, QC, Dennis Hawthorne; Shirley Glynn, Patricia Gallimore; the Judge, James Thomason; Miles Allison, QC, Godfrey Kenton; Richard Chadwick, Kelly Francis. The play was produced by Betty Davis.